season, playing in his 29th playoff game. Kelly Rudy gets the call again for the Kings tonight. He is 2-2 in this series. You see his goals against average. This will be his 69th playoff game. The referee is Terry Gregson. The linesman, Swede Knox and Ray Scapanello. The alternate is Dan Maruelli. And the off-ice officials are from San Jose. The Kings a 6-3 winner 2 nights ago in Vancouver. And they start out with Pat Conacher, who had a big goal in that third period, and off to draw the Kings within their own line. Hardy, he had the goal for the Kings 19 seconds into the start of the game in Vancouver 2 nights ago. Puck is right in front of the Vancouver bench, and whistle dead there. Trevor Linden and Warren Reichel have a few words with one another. Barry Melrose wants to see more intensity in this home game, the first one of this series, than the Kings had in the first home game against Calgary.
You have to work with the crowd in that, but we just talked about it. You can't really plan for the crowd to pump you up. You have to get pumped up yourself. You just have to really want it. You could see that first altercation on the ice. 2 big guys, Linden for the Canucks and Reichel for the Kings. They didn't take a back step. They wanted to show their own teams that they're going to play physical tonight.
Now the puck cleared down to center ice. Here's Charlie Huddy with it. Huddy's pass taken away by Sergio Momesso. He got a game misconduct, or actually a gross misconduct the other night when he spit at Tony Granato, which I thought there might be a review and maybe some more suspension for him, but he's playing here tonight as the Kings have in their own zone. Get it up to center ice to Warren Reichel. Reichel checked there, and he and Lume battle one another. Taken by Trevor Linden for Vancouver, and he sends it into the Kings zone, and back to get it now, Alec Jidnick. Jidnick's pass up to center ice, but it went behind Sandstrom, and the Kings are going to be called for icing here as Anatoly Semenov touches up for the Vancouver Canucks. I mentioned in our pregame comments, Pat Quinn was not happy with the play of his team the other night. He felt that not everybody got into the game. He called them passengers.
Well, certainly they had a few of those the other night, and I know Pat Quinn, he expects his big team to play physical every night. And one thing very technical he brought up, he was very unhappy with the up-ice challenge of his teams. And that's very important to Pat Quinn's teams. He wants the forecheckers. You just can't skate in and not think. You have to challenge the Kings and force them where the support is. If the Kings get by that initial attack with some speed, they'll be dangerous.
Now here's Thomas Sandstrom. He clears it out to center ice. The game just underway. Bob Miller along with Jim Fox. No score here in the first period. I thought, Jim, in the last game, very important for the Kings to get a lead on Vancouver, especially in Vancouver where they hadn't had a lead in the first period all year. Here comes Wayne Gretzky. He's got the jump in this series. He tried to give it a Robitaille. Out of his reach and played now by Babic. Babic's pass around to Pavel Bure, number 10. Keep your eyes on him, the Russian rocket. Here's Adams. He's at a point in 8 straight games, a club record. Taken away by the Kings. Here's Gretzky to center ice. Gretzky with Rob Blake. Gretzky right side. Gretzky shoots, save, rebound. Picked up behind the net and then batted around the boards on the left wing side and played now up to center ice by Babic. They tried to get it to Bure, who tried to get behind the King defense, but it's deflected, and the icing call against the Vancouver Canucks. Most people, Jim, have talked about seeing Wayne Gretzky in the latter part of the Calgary series and the early part of this series as the Gretzky of old, especially the way he's moving with a lot more speed.
And that seemed to fit into the plan that Wayne Gretzky was working on. He knew when he came back from his back injury that he would have trouble. It would be a matter of time before he got into shape. But throughout that whole ordeal, his main focus, and he said it was, I'm going to be ready for the playoffs. Well, he really has turned it on. He was hurt in Game 1 against Calgary, but he's much better now, and that speed, it's right back to the top level, as quick as Wayne Gretzky's ever skated.
Now the puck taken by Robert Kirk. He became a father last week and hadn't played in this series. Now the puck comes around to Corey Millen. Millen into Granato. Granato's pass tried to hit Donnelly, taken away by the Vancouver Canucks. Murray Craven gets it up to center ice, and Jeff Courtnall sends it down into the King zone. Here's Marty McSorley with it now. He's checked hard into the boards by Jim Sandlack, getting his first chance in this series. Now the Canucks drive it back in again, and here's Waters. Waters slaps it around, and Sandlack took a run at him but missed him. Or it was Courtnall, excuse me. Puck comes all the way back down into the Vancouver zone. Murray Craven leaves it for Dirk. Now to center ice to Courtnall. No score first period. Here's Marty McSorley. Kings have got Yari Curry up front. Jimmy Carson and Conacher jump on now. Here is Yari Curry. Curry across the line. Curry shoots, blocked, and the puck poked out to center ice by Courtnall. Taken now by Charlie Huddy. Huddy and Sador back defensively. Huddy with a +9 in the playoffs leads all players in the NHL, tied with this man, Pat Conacher, with a +9. Here's Conacher, left side, driving in deep, checked by Jyrki Lume into the boards. Loose puck poked along the left wing side, taken there by Yari Curry. Curry into Conacher. Conacher checked by Lume again. Conacher down to one knee. Lume is all over him. Conacher still with it. Checked there by Lume again. Gets help from Jimmy Carson. Carson digs it out. Carson's pass comes out to the blue line. Sador was being held up and couldn't get back in time to hold it in. Sador's pass knocked down by Tim Hunter, but Sador gets it again. Now out across the blue line. Nedved takes it away. Gives it to Jyrki Lume, and the Canucks drive it in as Dixon Ward fires it around the right wing side. Here's Peter Nedved. Nedved double teamed and checked hard by Sador, and Reichel pass in front. Nedved shot deflected by Sador. Up out of play. No score here in the first period. We'll be back in a moment.
Angeles, 16:15 remaining in the first period. There's Warren Reichel on his first shift. He takes a run at Peter Nedved. No matter how much offense Warren Reichel provides for the Kings, he can't forget that he has to play physical. And if the rest of his shifts are like that first one, it'll fit right into the Kings' plans because Warren Reichel went right after a couple of Canucks.
Long pass by Gerald Didick down into the Kings zone. Chased in there and taken by Rob Blake. Blake's pass came off the boards right in front of the King net, and Kelly Rudy swept to the side. Now here's Ronning. Ronning in front. His pass knocked down and taken by the Kings' Thomas Sandstrom. Sandstrom's pass held in by Didick, and it hops up out of play. 15:44 to go in the first period with no score in this playoff game. Let's take a look at what's on tap. No score first period. Puck driven in by Babic. Bounce to Kelly Rudy. He leaves it for Mark Hardy. Hardy's pass over toward Taylor. Taylor checked hard by Trevor Linden. Canucks hold it in. Here's Cliff Ronning. Ronning, his pass shot by Momesso. Blocked and taken by Robitaille, who clears it out to center ice. Taken there by Babic, and he drives it right back in. 4.5 minutes gone, first period, no score. Kelly Rudy's pass is held in by Lidster. He shoots, save, and covering up is Kelly Rudy. The Kings had a little miscommunication, and you see now McSorley and Rudy talking. They were both behind the net. McSorley thought he was going to take the puck, and Rudy tried to clear it himself.
They're still talking about it. That's so important. You don't want to give the other team more than one chance. If you have control, you have to try and clear it. The Kings did. The good part of this for Kelly Rudy is that Marty McSorley really controlled a big body. That was Sergio Momesso. So once the puck gets past Mark Hardy, Kelly Rudy could see it all the way. Cliff Ronning was skating in there. But again, McSorley, he leaned right against Momesso.
Now Lidster with a drive and a glove save. What a glove save by Kelly Rudy. The Canucks won the draw. Semenoff to Lidster, and Lidster got all of that, but what a beautiful glove stop by Kelly.
All reaction by Rudy. It was a quick play, just bang, bang, not necessarily a set play. Good blocking by the Canucks, and they got off a good shot.
No score first period. Game number 3 in this best-of-7 series. The series is tied at 1 win apiece. Pass to Donnelly, out of his reach. Comes all the way down to the Vancouver zone. Played for the goaltender, Kirk McLean. McLean flipped it along the boards, left side, and here come the Canucks to the blue line, but it's held in by Granato. To Donnelly, in front to Millen. Alone, shoots, save, and the rebound taken by Pavel Bure. McLean with a big stop on Millen alone in front of the net. Puck driven back behind the Vancouver net and stopped there. No score first period. That was the best chance for the Kings. Here's Charlie Huddy. He flips it to the line. Taken by the Kings again. Pass over to Millen. He shoots. Save again. Off the blocker of McLean. Everybody felt that McLean was not on his game 2 nights ago in Vancouver. But so far here, both goaltenders, Jim, coming up with some good saves. Kings get it to Donnelly. Up to center ice to Tony Granato. Leaves it behind the back to Daryl Sador to Gretzky. Gretzky checked from behind by Merzen, who jumps on his back. And here's Pavel Bure. Bure spun around on a check by Donnelly. Up to center ice. Vancouver with it. No score first period. Canucks. Merzen left side. Big guy in deep. Tries behind the net. Checked there by Huddy. Loose puck taken by the Kings. And we've got the net dislodged, I believe. No, that doesn't look like it down there. Maybe we've got too many men on the ice here because the linesman, Ray Scapanello, looked like he's making the call. There's Dana Merzen. He's been very successful checking Wayne Gretzky, usually.
Certainly has throughout his whole career, and he did it again on the last play. As soon as Gretzky received the drop pass, Merzen was right in his face, and I mentioned it in the open tonight. If you give Gretzky a split second, that's all he needs. And Murzin, once the drop pass was executed from Sador to Gretzky, he came all the way across the ice, and he got into the face of Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky couldn't really make a play. Now we get the reason for that stoppage in play. The Kings are caught with too many men on the ice. So the first penalty of the game goes against the Los Angeles Kings. It's a bench minor, and it'll be served by Thomas Sandstrom. There's Sandstrom in the penalty box. So we talked about communication between Rudy and McSorley. Something wrong on the bench. Either one of the players watched his man. Sometimes you get a fake. One of the players on the ice will fake to you, and you think he's coming off, and he doesn't. Then you have to make sure you hold on and make sure don't go on the ice until your man has come off.
You saw the power play and penalty killing figures there. That's for the playoff year. As the puck comes over to the left point to Murray Craven. The Canucks are 4 out of 10 against the Kings in the 2 games. Running with a pass in front and broken up and taken by McSorley. Was tipped away by Yari Curry to McSorley. Now Gretzky picks it up. He's onside, but his pass broken up. Well, they're staying right with Gretzky tonight. Babbage that time never let him out of his sight. Stayed right with him. Here's Cliff Ronning on the power play for the Canucks. No score first period. Puck comes around to Huddy. He can't clear it. Held into the blue line by David Babbage. Throws it in deep. McSorley with it. Marty's pass around the boards, and Craven holds it in for Vancouver. Craven's pass taken away by McSorley. McSorley up the center ice, and it's taken away there by Babbage. 1:13 to go in the power play for Vancouver. Puck driven around the boards on the right wing side. Ronning let it go to the right point. Craven holds it in. Now in deep, taken away by McSorley. McSorley flipped it up into the crowd. 13:01 to go in the first period. No score with 1:02 to go on the King penalty for too many men on the ice. There you see Marty McSorley. He was out for the first part of that penalty killing effort and did a good job of controlling the puck in the Kings zone.
Certainly did. He had the puck all the time. And McSorley, even when he was playing forward at the beginning of the season, he dropped back to defense and kill penalties. There's Kings Tim Waters, a defenseman. Specialized duty for Waters here in the playoffs. The Kings are going with 7 defensemen, and Tim Waters is getting out there almost exclusively to kill penalties.
Face off to the right of Calle Rudy. No score first period. Trevor Linden facing off against Pat Conacher of the Kings, and the loose puck is going to be controlled by Linden. Out to the blue line, taken away. Conacher lost it and couldn't clear it out. Now here's Adams. His pass broken up, and this time it's still held in by Linden as Waters tries to clear it. Oh, there's a hard check by Rob Blake at the left point. Puck is held in again. Now Craven goes for it. It was Craven that got that hit from Blake, and the crowd buzzing over that. But the Kings can't clear it out of their own zone. Now they do. Up to center ice, and here's Jyrki Lumme back to get it. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Another hard check by Blake. In deep is Adams. Now to the right point, it goes to Jyrki Lumme. Lumme gives it to Pavel Bure. Bure to Adams. Adams to Bure. He shoots, blocked, and cleared by Rob Blake. Blake threw a couple of thundering body checks. 6 seconds left to go in the power play for Vancouver. Here's Jyrki Lumme to Trevor Linden. Linden across the line. Kings take it away, and they're back at full strength. But Vancouver intercepts at center ice. They get it to Momesso on the right wing. Momesso back to Bure. Bure checked by McSorley and Donnelly. McSorley with it in front to Charlie Huddy. Up the center ice to Sandstrom. 3-on-2 for the Kings. Left wing to Donnelly. Donnelly shoots, save, rebound. Sandstrom had it on his stick. Sandstrom throws it in front. Intercepted there by Lidster. Taken away at the blue line. Kings with it. Pass over to Donnelly from Sandstrom. Now to Sandstrom. Right side. Sandstrom into the corner. Checked by Lidster. Throws it in front. Broken up, and Sergio Momesso with it for Vancouver. He lifts it up out of play into the crowd. No score in the first period with 11:23 to go.
For any defenseman, if you can't get the puck, you take the man. That's what Rob Blake does. He swings at the puck right there, misses, but he doesn't miss Murray Craven. It's a hard check by Rob Blake. That comes well. He's penalty killing, and he showed that all season. He's even more aggressive when the Kings are shorthanded.
Face off in the Vancouver zone. Both teams at full strength. Canucks win the draw. Peter Nedved drew it back. Now Nedved tips it up to center ice. Kings take it away. Blake and Jitnik are the King defensemen. Blake's pass into the Vancouver zone, and here's Dave Babbage over to get it. 11:10 to go. First period. No score. Here's Granato with it for the Kings. Over to Curry. Curry shoots. Saved by McLean. Puck is picked up and cleared out to center ice. Jim McLean looks like he's on his game tonight. He's making saves, and he's making them look pretty easy, too. It's an icing call against Vancouver here. Let's go to St. Louis.
Third period.
Faceoff will be in the Vancouver zone to the right of Kirk McLean. And on the draw, the Kings can't control it. They've got Carson at center with Reichel on the left side and Dave Taylor on the right. Reichel takes a run at Dana Merzen. Puck comes back into the Kings zone. Cleared up to center ice now. Picked up by Vancouver's Trevor Linden. Linden to Ronning. Here's Ronning across the line. Tried to give it a Courtnall. He had to hold up to stay onside. Kings clear it to center. Here's Warren Reichel, and it's just taken off his stick by Merzen. He clears it up to center ice. Picked up there by the Kings. Daryl Sador throws it back in. Warren Reichel points in 7 of 8 games in this playoff year. Puck comes up to center ice. Canucks 3-on-3. Here's Ronning down the right side. Ronning hanging on. Tried to give it a Courtnall. It hit a skate. Kings bring it back up to center. Here's Jimmy Carson. Carson stopped. Sador ahead now to Huddy. Huddy right side. Huddy stopped up and taken out of the play by Trevor Linden. 10 minutes left to go in the first period. Conacher intercepts. He shoots. Save made. Rebound off the goaltender McLean, and a penalty for cross-checking against Vancouver. Jimmy Carson got cross-checked by Dana Merzen. Kings go on the power play, and they've got to get this power play working.
Merzen, he goes off with the Canucks' first penalty tonight. Cross-checking is the call at 10:04, and he nailed Jimmy Carson right in front of the Kings' goal. With those outstretched arms when a player goes down. We've seen a lot of those calls this year, the cross-checking. They allow a little more contact in front. Power play for the Kings, 14th. And as you mentioned, Bob, they really have to pick that up. They're getting more time. Penalty killing for the Canucks, not that bad.
Now here's Alex Zhidnik. Kings 1 of 11 in the previous 2 games on the power play against Vancouver. To the blue line. Zhidnik shoots, safe, rebound. Robitaille couldn't get to it, and the Canucks will clear it. Anatoly Semenov. That rebound was there loose just for a second or two, and the Kings couldn't get to it.
Great defensive play, because all he did was control the stick of Robitaille. From that point on, Luke couldn't get a stick on the puck.
Now along the boards, Gretzky and Robitaille there, but the Canucks dig it out, and they come to center ice. Pavel Bure gets it to Semenov. Semenov, his pass in front, shot wide by Babic. Puck taken by the Kings' Alex Zhidnik with 1:15 to go in the power play. No score, first period. Game number 3 of this series. Zhidnik drives it in. It comes around the boards on the right side. Gretzky didn't get it, but Robitaille did. Robitaille to the blue line. Now comes to Zhidnik. Zhidnik left side. Zhidnik, his shot blocked and cleared by Pavel Bure. It was blocked by Babic and cleared by Bure. Kings get it up to Blake, ahead to Sandstrom, but offside called against the Kings.
Bob, you've been talking about it already here in the first period, that style of Kirk McLean. He really does look on top of his game tonight. He was shaky the other night. He let in perhaps 2 easy goals out of the 6. There was a shot early here in the period. We're going to see it from above. Yari Curry gets the shot, I believe. Mike Donnelly with speed. Now this is Donnelly off the wing. And you see McLean, he's right there standing up. He's in good position, and I think a good description of him is he plays like a table hockey goaltender. He really doesn't move a lot, and that really supplies a lot of confidence and control for his teammates, because he makes the save look easy, then he covers up.
Now the Kings with 45 seconds to go in the power play. Here's Corey Millen, taken away and cleared off the glove of Sador and into the Vancouver bench. 42 seconds left to go in this power play for the Kings. We have 8:38 left in the first period. Neither team has scored.
Another look at Kirk McLean. The size is fits very well into that team of the Vancouver Canucks. You can have size at goaltender, covers a lot of room, and that's one of the reasons why he really doesn't have to move a lot. He doesn't have to rely a lot on his reflexes, because he just comes out when he cuts down the angle, and he handles the puck well, but he doesn't overhandle the puck.
He's listed at 6 feet. He always looks bigger than that to me in front of the net. Now here's Donnelly across the line. Donnelly dropped it back, but Granato had been checked at the blue line and pushed back, and he couldn't get to the puck. It's cleared again. Kings now with 25 seconds left to go in the power play. Here's Marty McSorley. McSorley still with it. Across the line. He gets knocked down. Canucks will clear it again. They're just standing at the blue line waiting for the Kings to come to them. Now here's Corey Millen. Millen checked right at the blue line. He throws it in. Donnelly he got held up, and the Canucks take it away. And here's Jim Sandlak. Long pass ahead, but a two-line pass called against Vancouver, and Adams and Sador upset. Sador thought Adams was going to keep going, and then Adams, he did keep going, and then he got upset because Sador stayed with him. The whistle blew for the two-line pass. Only 2 seconds left in the King power play.
Take a look at Sador. There is Adams. Well, you can see why Adams is upset. Yeah. Kind of a two-hander across the arm. But as you can see from that play, Bob, you mentioned it. Adams didn't stop skating even though he heard the whistle. Sador wasn't about to let up. It happened after the whistle. It was a two-line pass. Jim Sandlak back in the lineup tonight. And he had a couple of good shifts here early in the first period. He listened to Pat Quinn. He's a big man. And if he's going to be successful, he has to hit. He was out there with Robert Dirk early in the first period, just trying to run at Kings players.
Now the face-off controlled by the Kings, but the Canucks are back at full strength. Charlie Huddy drives it in around the boards. Conacher in to throw a check there, but the puck cleared out to center ice. Fired right back and up out of play into the crowd. And we'll be back in just a moment. There's no score. Face-off out at center ice after the two-line pass called against the offside called against Canucks as the puck taken by the Kings. Here is Hardy. Over now to Charlie Huddy, to Curry, and back to Huddy. Kings have got Curry up front along with Conacher and Jimmy Carson. Puck flipped in deep. Here's Charlie Huddy, checked from behind by Ronning. Now Ronning behind the net, comes around in front, trying to jam it in. Stop made. Adams with a rebound save. Ronning shoots. Did he score or not? He says yes. There's no indication yet from the referee, Terry Gregson. Kelly Rudy got his left skate over to the post. There was no indication that the puck went in the net. Ronning thought he scored, and they're going to talk about it right now. They may even look at it on the replay. Let's us take a look at it on our replay.
Cliff Ronning has a lot of the time here. He gets the rebound. Sergio Lamessa with the first shot, the stick handle, and he loses it at the last second. Now, from that view, you can't see the puck, but it looks like you would have to assume that the backward motion of the pad of Kelly Rudy. Now, the puck is right against his pad.
Your attention, please, at the request of the referee.
Well, again, you can't see from that view. We'll take another look at it. I don't think we're going to get a look here. Again, the pad of Kelly Rudy certainly goes back with his momentum, but I don't think there's a clear view when you can see the puck with daylight over that goal line.
Jim, I think that's the key. There has to be no doubt whatsoever that the puck went in. Now, let's see if it went in on that last view. But the views that we've had so far until that last one, you're right. There was no indication that there was any daylight. Let's look at this.
We'll take a look. I don't think we're going to pick up daylight here. He tries that stick handle. Now watch Kelly Rudy's pad. Charlie Huddy's going to move out of the way here. And there's his pad. Now there's the puck. I think I can see it. I can't see any daylight. It's very close. Cliff Ronning, you can see him with his stick in the air. Now that pad and puck are touching.
If it's on the line, it's no goal. It has to be completely across the line, and I think it's no goal. It has to be conclusive.
There is no goal. Los Angeles penalty to number 22.
There's no goal, but Charlie Huddy is going to get a penalty here for hooking. There's our other look at it. Now, yes, you can assume right there that his pad is back far enough that it's in, but if you can't see it in there, and the referee right behind, he can't see it either, and the goal judge saying, nope, I can't see it.
That's right.
He may have the worst seat in the house to see it because he just can't see past that pad.
Certainly can't. Cliff Ronning mixed an excellent chance. You saw that one. He had the stick handle. If he maintains 100% control there, he beats Kelly Rudy, but they get the break.
Vancouver on their second power play of the night. Charlie Huddy in the penalty box as the puck comes to Pavel Bure. We have no score in the first period. This is game number 3 in this playoff series. It's tied at 1 apiece. Canucks, Bure, right side. Hangs onto it. Still has it. Now drops it off in the corner. Here is Adams. Checked hard along the boards. The puck comes to the blue line to Babbage. His shot is way wide. Craven and Curry go for it. Curry knocks Craven head over heels. But here's Adams. Up the middle to Linden. Knocked down in front. And the Kings will clear it. Gary Curry to center ice. And he throws it all the way down into the Vancouver zone. Greg Adams leads the Canucks in power play goals this season with 4 in the playoffs. Now here they come to center ice again. Pavel Bure gives it over to Murray Craven. Craven drives it off the boards. It bounces free on the right wing side. Taken there by Adams. He gets help from Bure, but Taylor over to take it away. Taylor double teamed. Bure digs at it. Linden is there. It comes to the blue line to Babbage. Babbage gives it to Bure. Pavel Bure up front. Linden shoots. Deflected wide into the corner. Picked up by Adams. He's knocked down from behind by McSorley. Bure comes by and tries to get it. Puck is on Bure's stick now to Babbage. His shot tipped wide by Adams. Greg Adams deflected it, but deflected it wide. Here's Adams again on the power play. They got 30 seconds left with a man advantage. Here's Pavel Bure. Bure's pass to Babbage. He shoots. Save off the glove of Kelly Rudy. Linden pushed into the corner. 20 seconds left to go in the power play. Bure to Babbage. He shoots wide. Rebound. Tip behind the net. McSorley knocked down and falls on top of the puck. 12 seconds to go in the power play for Vancouver. Still no score here in the first period. Los Angeles Kings.
You saw that last shift on the power play. The speed of the Canucks. They let the puck do the work for them. The puck didn't stop. They made some good passes.
8 seconds to go in the power play. Here's Cliff Ronning in front. Shoots. Save Kelly Rudy in the rebound. Taken by Sandlak. Flipped it along the boards. The Kings are back at full strength. Here's Gretzky to center with Charlie Huddy. Gretzky across the line. Curry may have gotten a high stick. Canucks take it away. Up to center ice. To the guy they call the house, Sandlak. That's how big he is. He's been out with back spasms. Now to Ronning. Ronning still with it. Shoots. Saved by Kelly Rudy. But Ronning just like a little water bug zipping there in front of the net. And now from center ice, Sandlak sends it back in. Here's Rob Blake. Blake checked by Cordonall. Curry gets it to Robitaille. Here's Luke Robitaille. 63 goals in the regular season. Comes across the line. Žitnik, right side, shoots. Deflected and off the stick of Jari Kurri. Curry might have had a chance on the backhand, but it went off his stick. Puck comes around the right side. Charlie Huddy holds it in. We have no score first period. 4.5 minutes to go in the period. Here's Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky up the middle. Žitnik shoots. Deflected. Off to the right side to Charlie Huddy. Huddy into Granato. Granato behind the net to Robitaille. Robitaille tried to bring it in front. He gets it to Žitnik. He shoots. Save. Rebound. Gretzky got stopped. Granato shoots. Another save by Kirk McLean. Gretzky over to Robitaille. Here's Robitaille to the blue line to Huddy. Shoots. Deflected into the corner. And Ronning with it there. Can't clear. Huddy holds it in. Here on the right side, Granato. Up the middle. Alex Žitnik shoots. Save. Covered by Kirk McLean. Great pressure by the Kings. But still, they're unable to score.
Is ready to play tonight. A lot of pressure by the Kings on this one. First shot, Žitnik. Now watch the rebound. Quick feet. As good positional goaltender as he is, he's also quick. He makes the backhand stop right there off of Wayne Gretzky with quick feet. And before all of that play, a lot of pressure by the Kings. It turns into a penalty. Cliff Ronning and the Canucks goes off for high sticking. 16:02, Kings on the power play.
Wayne Gretzky wins the draw. Here's Rob Blake. Blake at the left point. His pass to Gretzky. No score. First period. 3:51 to go in the period. Pass to Robitaille behind the net to Granato. To Gretzky. He goes behind the net. Gretzky still with it. Up the middle. Blake shoots. Save off the blocker of Kirk McLean. And pulled down in front of the net with no penalty was Robitaille. Left side, here's Craven. Craven trying to throw it in, and it is intercepted by Alex Žitnik. Žitnik's pass up to Tony Granato. Here's Granato on the right wing side. Stop to the red line. The puck taken by Robitaille. Granato gets dumped. Kings still on the power play. Now Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky tied this playoff season for the point lead in the NHL with 14, but the puck cleared, and Robitaille knocked down and shaken up on the play. He's got somebody's stick. He throws it. He's really getting mad now. Puck comes up to the blue line. Robitaille gets back outside. Here's Alex Žitnik. Žitnik drops it back to Curry. Curry's pass to Žitnik. Žitnik left side. He's got Robitaille in deep. Robitaille with his helmet askew gives it over to Gretzky. Now back to Robitaille. To the right point to McSorley. McSorley to Gretzky. 50 seconds to go on the power play. McSorley shoots. Save made. Rebound comes over to Gretzky. That was deflected. Gretzky to McSorley. Deflected in front. Loose puck. Played by Gretzky. Couldn't jam it in. In front again. And Gretzky and Babbage go for it. The referee gets caught in between. And here's Pavel Bure. Look out for him. Bure, left side, looks for help, shoots, saves Kelly Rudy, and he covers up. 14 seconds to go in the King power play. Bodies were flying all over in front of Kirk McLean. Robitaille was really upset. And the Kings have 14 seconds left in their power play.
Luc Robitaille spent more time on the ice on that last shift than he did standing up. And right now he's skating over to the referee, Terry Gregson. We see a hit Robitaille threw on Doug Lidster. Now it's Robitaille that goes down. He has the stick of Lidster caught in the ear flap of his helmet. Now, I don't think that was Lidster's fault by any means. He was protecting himself on the hit. Unusual situation, though. Robitaille was looking for a penalty. He took a lot of abuse in front of the net on that power play, and that's very important. That allows the time for McSorley to really wind up, and it creates a screen against Kirk McLean.
2:12 to go, first period. Bob Miller with Jim Fox, and no score in this playoff game. Here's Rob Blake. Blake to the line, and Sandstrom offside. 5 seconds to go in the King power play. 2:03 remaining in the first period. Sandstrom, he's got points in 5 of his last 6 playoff games. 7 points in that stretch with 3 goals. But I think the Kings still waiting for Thomas Sandstrom to break out and play a little more physical and also get more scoring chances than he's had. Off the draw, here's Sador. 2 seconds to go in the power play. Vancouver now back at full strength. We're still scoreless. First period. Here is Jimmy Carson. Carson behind the net. Merzen took it away. Carson gets it again. Carson checked it all on the boards. His pass behind the net picked up by Ronning. Ronning's pass up on the right side with 1:45 to go in the first period. Here on the right wing side is Adams. Adams drops it back. Shot by Merzen. Deflects off the glass. Comes over toward Sandstrom. He's checked by Sandlak. Sandlak kicked it ahead. Picked up now by Ronning with a shot up high and off the glass. Back over to the right point, held in by Jyrki Lume, taken away and cleared by the Kings. As it's driven by Warren Reichel into the Vancouver zone. 1:20 to go, first period. Ronning at center ice. He's checked there. Puck comes back now as the Canucks' Trevor Linden gets it over to Jeff Courtnall. Courtnall in the slot. Courtnall still with it, but taken away by Tony Granato. Canucks take over at center ice. Here's Robert Dirt. Dirt flips it up in the air and into the Kings zone behind the net. Waters, double team, loose puck. Who's got it? Kings should have it. Donnelly with it. Less than a minute to go in the first period. No score. Here come the Kings to center ice. Here's Corey Millen. Millen to Granato. Right wing. Granato shoots. Save. Rebound. Save again by McLean. He knocked it down. It was Donnelly's rebound. Here's Granato again in the slot. Backhander deflected off a skate. Picked up by Donnelly. Out to the right point to Huddy. Huddy back over on the right side to Donnelly. 33 seconds to go, first period. Donnelly, right side, hangs on to it. Still has it. Spins away from Ronning. Now gets it to Granato. He shoots. Saved by McLean. And the rebound right up the middle out of the reach of Millen. Taken at center ice by Courtnall, and he clears it. Oh, Kirk McLean. Brilliant goaltending for the Vancouver Canucks. The King net is off the pegs. They should stop play, but they don't. Here's Charlie Huddy. He drives it down into the Vancouver zone. Dave Taylor over to get it. 7 seconds to go in the first period. Puck taken away and driven off the boards. Out to the left point. Held in by Curry. 1 second to go in the period. And that's the end of the first period. The Kings with 16 shots. Vancouver with 10. But what goaltending by Kirk McLean and Kelly Rudy, and at the end of 1, we're scoreless, the Kings and the Canucks.
1 period of play, no score between the Vancouver Canucks and the Los Angeles Kings. And joining us right now is the captain of the Los Angeles Kings, Wayne Gretzky. Wayne, first of all, maybe your comments on the first period. It seemed to me an oddity so far in the playoffs for the Kings, where both teams seemed to play pretty well there in the first.
Well, both teams had some good chances. I thought that Kelly made some big saves for us at crucial times, especially on their power play. And I thought that McLean made 2 or 3 really big saves for them. So I think all in all, we're happy with our period. We're not going to change really a whole lot going into the second period. We're going to pretty much go the same way.
Let me ask you, when you're out on the ice like that and you have a goaltender who's very hot, like Kirk McLean is in the first, he made a big save off of you. Do you ever acknowledge to a goaltender, hey, that was a good save, or you just kind of slough it off?
Well, I think that the last thing you want to do is give him any confidence, and I think that if you say anything, want to taunt him, but really, at this point in time of the year, it's kind of hot out there, and everybody's working so hard that when you get a break, you save up all the energy that you can.
You announced the other day that you've had a rib injury throughout the playoffs, and I know you've mentioned before, I've heard you say, the Kings in the playoffs, bad luck. They always get big injuries. When you were with the Oilers, not many injuries in the playoffs. But what was going through your mind there in Calgary when you're hurt? Were you going, here we go again with another injury?
Well, I was extremely disappointed because I thought that the first 3 or 4 shifts I had of the first game in Calgary, I played really well. Came out with a little bit of jump, and I had a couple of 2-on-1s, and of course we scored the first shift of the game. So I was really excited about playing, and then I had the rib injury, and you know, at that time we had to make a decision. I wanted to play in game 2 and 3, and so if we would have said anything about my rib injury, then I wouldn't have been able to play. So it's a time of year where injuries are kind of kept quiet for as long as you can to be able to stay in the lineup for as long as possible.
It looks like to a lot of people around the NHL, Wayne Gretzky's playing the best playoff hockey of his career. You think that's right?
Well, I don't know if I've played much better than the way I have been the last 4 or 5 games. I feel like I've played exceptionally well. I really feel comfortable on the ice, and I have that little extra jump, I guess, and I feel really confident out there. But that all comes from the team playing well. When the team's playing well, you look good as individuals, and I think it's just something you follow.
Well, Wayne, thanks very much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Wayne Gretzky has stopped by after 1 period. It's a scoreless tie between the Canucks and the Kings.
Vancouver Canucks. Well, they're a team within a team, the extra players on the Kings roster. They may never see any playoff action, but they've got to be ready at all times. Let's find out more about the ones they call the Black Aces.
I'm not sure exactly where the name Black Aces came from, but they're like the 5th wheel in the team, the guys that maybe don't feel as wanted or as needed as they should, but they are a very important part of this team. They have to be ready if we have injuries or if Barry decides he just wants to change the lineup. And, you know, they've been working pretty hard, and it's a very tough job for them.
Yeah, I've been through it before. I did the same thing last year in Adirondack, and really it's kind of a bond. We know we're not going to play, and we just have to keep it fun for us, because sometimes the days can drag on because obviously you're upset or disappointed because you're not playing. If you didn't, you know, you might as well go home.
You know, we got a little saying, we're the Lost Boys. And we just, you know, we skate afterwards and do extra and, you know, just hopefully, you know, we get a chance to play. If the bottom line's winning and the team keeps winning, then that's the bottom line.
Well, it's not easy sitting out. You know, everybody wants to play. I'd have to say it's a great experience for me being here. You know, they want me to watch and learn and just see what goes on in the playoffs. It's a very pressure-filled time. And, you know, obviously, they feel, and it's probably true, I'm not ready to be playing in the NHL playoffs right now.
I can't even watch the games, you know, it's so hard. You know, you wish you could be out there and help the guys out, but, you know, it is different. You know, last year I was playing a lot. You know, it's probably the first time I've ever set out, so it makes it really tough to watch. But, you know, you gotta take the good with the bad, and, you know, as long as the Kings are winning, then we're all winning.
Yeah, it's a really big transition for me, you know, coming from, you know, midgets and juniors and even a little bit of time in Phoenix there. I mean, I played all the time, every other shift and whatnot, and coming to the Kings has been a big adjustment. You know, just a regular shift or used sparingly, and you know, I'm learning to cope with it, and, you know, hopefully my time will come.
It's very hard to get yourself motivated, and I've been there before, along with the majority of the guys have been there before, so I don't. Nobody takes anything for granted, and we appreciate how hard they work.
To 10. Look at the scoring chances for the Kings. 9-3. Neither team successful on the power play, and both teams got 2 penalties for 4 minutes. So the Kings certainly, Jim, have to be pleased with the chances they're getting on Kirk McLean. You just wonder how long can he continue to play that well. Kelly didn't have as many tough chances, but he had 1 great glove save on Doug Lidster.
And it's important for both teams really to keep their minds on what they're supposed to be doing in other aspects of the games. Kirk McLean has been outstanding. He had a few more difficult shots facing him. There's no doubt about that one. But the Kings can't keep their mind on that. Like
just about a easy night for Kurt Joseph. He only faced 27 shots tonight. St. Louis had 28 on Felix Potvin. Here we go with period number 2. Both teams at full strength. Puck is taken by Dave Taylor now for the Kings. Here's Taylor. And Ronning took it away, but then he ran into Momesso. Canucks send it back into the Kings zone, though. Trevor Linden trying to get to it. Now Sador gets knocked down. Here is Trevor Linden for Vancouver. His pass deflects in to Conacher. Conacher's pass. Linden goes forward again. Reichel reaches in to try and get it. Sador is there. And finally, the puck is whistled dead. Game 4 in this series, the second one in Los Angeles. This man's story is he's got his team playing very well in his very first NHL playoff year. Barry Melrose, rookie coach of the LA Kings.
I think his job worked very well between games 1 and game 2. His comments really made the Vancouver Canucks focus on the Kings. And I think that got the Canucks away from their own game, their controlled style. Game 2, they seemed to be very tentative. They were respecting the Kings perhaps a little bit too much.
Pavel Bure all upset over along the boards. You can see him there lining up for the faceoff. And Warren Reichel, or excuse me, Sador all over him. There's a shot from the right point and a glove stop by Kelly Rudy.
Bob Kelly Rudy with an easy save right there on a long shot. You mentioned Curtis Joseph. Hot goaltending, everyone feels, is so important in the playoffs especially. But that's what makes it so difficult on coaches, because you can't coach hot goaltending. You can't plan for that. You can't say a goaltender, okay, you play here, you take 2 steps this way, like you can with forechecking. And the playoffs are an exciting time, and it's because of guys like Kelly Rudy and Kirk McLean. They come up big, they can win the game all by themselves.
We're early in the second period. Bob Miller along with Jim Fox. No score in this game. And on the draw in the Kings zone, the Kings get it. Here's Gretzky up to center ice. Gretzky puts it high in the air and it bounces down. Taken by Dave Babbage. He's chased by Sandstrom. Drops it off to Gerald Diduck. Here's Diduck. He had a big goal in game number 1 up in Vancouver when the Canucks won that game 5-2. Babbage at his own line sends it back into the zone. Here's Diduck being chased by Robitaille. Diduck pass stolen by the Kings, but then it rolled away from Sador. Canucks come out to center ice. We got a penalty coming up against the Kings. Here's Adams in front, shoots wide. Adams with it again, and Kelly Rudy covers it. There's a penalty against the Kings, but it started, it looked like, with Sador being hooked by one of the Canucks.
I think he was locked up with Pavel Bure. Bure tried to get a step on Sador. It was through the neutral zone. The penalty is going to be holding the stick. That's the call against Sador. Now watch the play. There's Sador standing up on it. He keeps the puck in, but then he knows he has to get back to defense. I think, Bob, there's the first hook you're talking about. And Sador locks that stick under his arm. Bure goes down. Follow through with a chance. Adams runs out of room because Kelly Rudy runs him out of room. You see Kelly standing for as long as he could. Then finally he went out with that blocker and forced Craig Adams to a bad angle. Couldn't get the shot off. There's Sador in the penalty box again. Holding the stick is the call.
Adams made a great move around Rob Blake to cut in alone on Kelly Rudy. But as you said, Kelly forced him wide. Vancouver with their 3rd power play of the game. They're 0 for 2 so far. We have no score in the game. Puck is taken by McSorley, and he clears it all the way down into the Vancouver zone. Remember the President's Day matinee played in this building between these two teams? It was 0-0 at the end of 2, and Kelly Rudy in goal went on to a 3-0 shutout win over the Vancouver Canucks. That was back on February 15th. Here's Greg Adams, drops it to Pavel Bure. Bure's pass taken away by the Kings. Here is Curry to center ice. He got it from Gretzky. Curry against Jyrki Lume. Gives it to Gretzky. Gretzky shoots wide to the right side. Puck comes over now to McSorley. He throws it in deep. The Kings combined, Gretzky and Curry, for a shorthanded goal in the last game between these two teams up in Vancouver. 1:18 left to go in this power play. Vancouver with it. Across the line. Here's Trevor Linden. Gets spun around and knocked down by Granato. Puck taken by McSorley. McSorley trying to clear. Can't do it. Craven holds it in. Here's Craven to the left point. Gets it off to the right side to Lume. Tipped and just wide. Puck comes back over to Linden. He gives it to Craven. Craven back to Trevor Linden. Linden left wing side. Check there. Gives it to Craven. Right side. Lume shooting. Blocked, and it may have hit Bure, and it's cleared all the way down into the Vancouver zone. Pavel Bure is bent over in pain coming to the bench. He got hit with that shot up to center ice. Here is Cliff Ronning. He had 4 shots in the first period. Ronning dropped it back. Kings take it away. Here's Donnelly to center ice. Looking for a shorthanded attempt. Donnelly joined by Taylor, but no play there. He makes the safe play and throws it in. Now Taylor behind the net. Dave Taylor checked by Murray Craven. 30 seconds left to go in the power play for Vancouver. Kings take it away at center ice. Here's Pat Conacher. No score. Second period. And the Kings drive it all the way back behind the Vancouver net. 3 minutes gone by in period number 2. 15 seconds left on the power play for Vancouver. Pass up to center ice. Broken up there by Waters. He slaps it back in. 8 seconds left to go on the King penalty. Gretzky chasing it in deep, but the Canucks bring it to Ronning at center ice. Here's Ronning. Almost lost it. Now he did. Kings are back at full strength. Here's Gretzky out of the penalty box. Gretzky gets hit hard, and a penalty coming up. Sador came out of the penalty box. Gretzky got hit hard and knocked down, and we had a tripping penalty called against Vancouver. Kings will go on the power play.
Jumping out of the penalty box, he's trying to jump into the play with Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky has the puck. Here comes Gerald Diddick. A little bit of a knee there to the back of the legs of Gretzky as Gretzky's trying to stop up. The call on the play is tripping. It's a minor call against that man, Gerald Diddick. So the Kings go on the power play. Gretzky out there to start with Curry and Robitaille up front.
Jim, I think it's imperative that they get this power play going. It's been the one bad factor in the playoff season for the Kings.
So much talk about how many goals the Kings are scoring. They're outscoring a lot of teams in this playoffs. And if they could get it going on the power play, they'd be that much more difficult to beat. Wasn't real good in the regular season, but then again, it wasn't real bad. You have to look to the guys like Robitaille to find a way, go for those rebounds, and bang them home.
They're 0 for 2 in this game on the power play, so they're 1 out of 13 against the Canucks in the playoffs. Craven wins the draw, back to Robert Dirk, and it bounces off of a skate, comes to Robitaille, Vancouver zone. Here's Robitaille to Gretzky, right point. Gretzky's pass tipped, and the Canucks take it away. Craven up ahead to Linden. Craven's in front of the net and can't reach the pass from Linden. Craven with it again, and it comes out to center ice. Gretzky had no room to move at the blue line there when he made that pass, and that's why the Vancouver Canucks took it away. Now here's Zhidnik. He gets it to Jari Kurri. Look at the Canucks coming right out into the neutral zone to challenge the Kings. Now they're lined up right at the blue line. Kurri still with it. Now he shoots it in. Let's see who gets it. The goaltender behind the net stops it. Robert Dirk with it. He gets it to Trevor Linden. He gets it to Craven, and he clears it.
But that dump in will not be effective because you could see through the whole play. The Kings were standing at the blue line, so were the Canucks. When the puck's dumped in, no one has any speed to chase the puck down.
Now here's Blake, right side, Vancouver zone. He's held up for a moment, goes into the corner to Lume, throws a hard check there. Here's Gretzky. Gretzky up the middle, taken by Granato, back over to Gretzky. Gretzky along the board. Gretzky at the point, now in front, Blake shooting, blocked in front by Merzen and cleared. 45 seconds left to go in the King power play. We have no score here in the second period in this playoff game. Game 3 of this best-of-7 series. The series is tied at 1 win apiece. Here's Tony Granato. Scored on a long shot in the last game, and he faked that he was going to shoot it in, and that put his teammates offside. Offside Kings at the Vancouver line.
Just talked about how important scoring the Toronto Maple Leafs.
You know, in the regular season, you talk about the Kings being a high-scoring team. Vancouver outscored them in the regular season. The Canucks were 4th in scoring during the regular season, and the Kings were 5th. The big difference, Vancouver was 6th defensively, and the Kings 21st in the regular season. Here's Granato in the slot, can't hang on. It's tipped away to the blue line, and Jyrki Lume brings it to center ice. 7 seconds left to go in the King power play. The puck is flipped in, and Sador goes for it. He gets it up to the blue line to Corey Millen, and the power play is over. Kings are 0 for 3 with a man advantage. Here's Sandstrom. Sandstrom checked it on the boards, hangs onto it. Diddick is all over him. Canucks come out to center ice. 2-on-2. The trailer Merzen will make it a 3-on-2. Here's a pass to Merzen. He didn't get it on the left side. Now he plays it. Tips it down in deep. Both teams are at full strength. Puck is held in along the boards by Nedved and chased in now by Marty McSorley. 14:20 to go. Second period. No score. Here's Corey Millen. He gives it to McSorley. Vancouver zone. Trying to get around Babbage. Babbage checks him into the boards, and Sandstrom gets checked from behind. Sandstrom still with it. Tried to get it to Warren Reichel. Reichel gets knocked down by Diddick. Reichel gets up. Sandstrom is there waiting for. The puck comes over to Nedved. He gives it now to Babbage. Back comes Babbage to center ice. He's got Dixon Ward behind him. He drops it to Ward. Ward in deep. Throws it back behind the net, taken by Nedved. Nedved up the middle, blue line, Lidster, fanned on it. Kings took it away. Here's Taylor. Taylor to center. He gives it to Reichel. He shoots, deflected by Lidster back behind the net. Reichel again. Oh, he had Carson in front of him. He could have gotten it to him. Carson checked along the boards, gets help from Dave Taylor. Taylor Vancouver's own to Reichel, tipped away by Lidster. Reichel was ready to pull the trigger, but the puck never got to him. 13:27 to go, second period. No score. Puck driven up to center ice. Taken away there by the Vancouver Canucks, and Lidster, checked by Reichel, gets it up to Sandlak, now to Dixon Ward. Ward, right side, checked by Charlie Huddy. Good play by Huddy, and here's Dave Taylor with it. Taylor gets away from Sandlak, up the center. Pass on the right wing side, goes to Tim Waters. Waters, right point. Waters shot, deflected, and cleared to center. Here's Peter Nedved. Nedved takes his time, looks for some help. Now gives it over the right point to Lidster. He throws it in around the boards. It comes over to Dixon Ward. Ward out of North Dakota University. Lost it to Huddy. Now Yari Curry up the center ice to Luke Robitaille. Here's Robitaille with Carson. Robitaille shoots, save in the pads of McLean. Robitaille put it right on, but the save made by McLean, standing in perfect position. And now the puck back in the Vancouver zone. 12.5 minutes to go, second period. No score. Kings trying to take it away. Curry to Gretzky up the middle, left side. Zhitnik shoots, deflected on a play by Trevor Linden. Still no score.
Do the little things, you have to find ways to win. Trevor Linden, a forward. He goes out and meets the shot of Alex Zhitnik right there, gives himself up for the team, and deflects it over the glass.
Kings win the draw. Here's Zhitnik. His shot saved in the stick of McLean. Puck taken by Vancouver. Linden up ahead to Ronning. Here's Cliff Ronning from outside the blue line with a rising shot over the net. Sergio Momesso. Momesso put it behind the net, out of the reach of Linden, taken by Ronning. Ronning on the left side. Ronning checked there. Zhitnik forced it out to the blue line. Canucks have to touch up, and back to get it for the Kings is Rob Blake. Now not cleared yet. Ronning held it in. Now here's Trevor Linden to Momesso. Momesso still with it. He gives it to Linden. Tipped away. Kings will bring it to center ice. Here's a pass ahead to Gretzky. Gretzky across the line, but Zhitnik got knocked down offside. Canucks come back. Pass to Ronning. Ronning left side. Ronning in the slot. Turn. Shoots. Saved by Kelly Rudy. And Gretzky bats it out to center ice and all the way down into the Vancouver zone. Two-line pass. If it's touched by Reichel. Reichel gets hit by Merzen. And they have words. With 11:23 to go here in the second period.
Look at Warren Reichel. We go back to the chance Cliff Ronning has. The speed backs people off. He gets a good shot off. Almost looks one way, then fires right back. Kelly Rudy had his eye on the puck all the way. He wasn't looking at any movement away from the puck. Ronning has a good chance right there, but Kelly Rudy makes that last one look kind of easy.
Cliff Ronning, 16 playoff goals in his Vancouver career. He needs 2 to pass Thomas Gradin as the all-time goal-scoring leader for the Canucks.
Well, the offense of the Canucks is picking up a little bit. They're jumping men and defensemen into the play again. But one thing the Kings are doing, they're working hard back, the back checkers. There's a big difference between a 3-on-2 when you have all kinds of time than a 3-on-2 when you're rushed. When you're rushed, you have to make a perfect pass. So the Kings aren't giving up. They're coming back as hard as they can to rush the Vancouver Canucks.
Moments ago, you saw Pavel Bure, who went over to the bench after shaken up, being hit by a puck, but he's back in action now. 60 goals in regular season. Babic with a shot and a stick save by Kelly Rudy, and the puck comes up out of play. Pavel Bure, they call him the Russian Rocket. He played 83 games this year, 60 goals, 110 points, 5th in NHL goals, 13th in scoring, and he led the league in shots. He got a 407 shots this season. Outstanding acceleration and moves by Pavel Bure.
He showed us that one in game number 2. He went in on goal with Mark Hardy draped all over his back. Spinorama move, and he had a wide open net.
Here's Anatoly Semenov on the faceoff in the Kings zone, but Conacher wins the draw. Daryl Sador, he leads all rookies in the playoffs in plus-minus with a +7 up the center ice. Kings with it. Sador across the line. Still has it. Cut off by Babbage. Now Sador pokes it down into the corner. Here's Conacher. Conacher, his pass deflected up the middle. Or not Conacher, excuse me. It was Granato. Now Conacher. Conacher into the corner. Now it comes back to the left point. Held in there by Sador. Shot knocked down in front and off Conacher. Now along the boards on the right side. Pat Conacher fights for it there. He gets checked again. Warren Reichel in to help out. Puck comes back toward Huddy at the right point. Huddy, he sends it down into the corner. Here's Conacher. Checked from behind by Babbage. Warren Reichel trying to pull it out. He gets checked by Tim Hunter. And play whistle dead. And Hunter and Reichel tangle a little bit. And they're going to break them up.
Well, I mentioned it earlier. I have to mention it again. It doesn't matter how many points Reichel's putting on the board. He's not losing sight of the fact that he's out there to play physical. A lot of guys, maybe when they start scoring a few goals, get a little too comfortable and say, hey, okay, I'll dipsy doodle the rest of the way. Not Reichel. He's had his nose in there every shift.
He's got points in 7 of 8 playoff games this year. This is only the 12th career playoff game for him, and he's got 13 points. He played 3 games with Chicago several years ago. Capacity crowd here, and don't forget Sunday's game starts at 5 o'clock at the Great Western Forum. We'll have it for you live on Prime Ticket. Now the puck driven around the boards over to Lidster, and the referee got in the way, and Sandstrom took the puck. Sandstrom getting down to Corey Millen. Here's Millen, checked and knocked down in the corner by Robert Dirk, but Sandstrom over to get it. Sandstrom's pass deflected up to Jim Sandlack. Sandstrom took it away, but the Kings had to touch up to the blue line. Donnelly had to get onside. 10-13 to go. We're in the second period with no score. Here's Murray Craven. Craven to Courtnall. Courtnall in front of Sandlack. Saved by Rudy. And the net gets dislodged. Rudy is down and shaken up perhaps on the play. He's slow getting up. Big Jim Sandlack. I said earlier they call him House because he's so big. And Rudy now looks to be injured more than I originally thought.
He's in pain right now. He's bent over there. You can see him on both knees. Pete Demers, the Kings trainer, out there talking to him, trying to figure out what went wrong. Well, the collision, it was a big one with Sandlack driving hard to the net. He has Donnelly with him. Now let's watch. Rudy goes down. He gets a knee into the back of the head there. Don't fault Sandlack. His momentum was going forward. At the last minute, he tried to get out of the way. He gets a little bit of a hook there from Mike Donnelly. It's a big collision. Yeah, the knee right to the side of the right side of the helmet of Kelly Rudy. The puck was kept out. Rudy kept his stick flat on the ice. Dangerous chance. Maybe a little bit of a headache right there for Kelly Rudy.
Sandlack, 6'4", 215 pounds.
That's a 4-bedroom house, I think.
There's the backup goaltender, Rob Stauber. Stauber for the Kings. Lost the first game in this series against Vancouver, but he's 3-1 in the playoffs. Kelly Rudy still with his eyes closed, and Peter Demers still out there talking to him. We want to send congratulations. 5-2. Kings came back with a 6-3 win 2 nights ago. Murray Craven, they got him in a late season deal from the Hartford Whalers to help their power play. He's going to take the faceoff against Pat Conacher. And on the draw, puck is loose along the boards as the Canucks. Courtnall gets it into Craven. Craven checked by Conacher. Craven still with it. Now Courtnall shoots just wide to the left side. Puck comes out to Dana Merzen. Merzen drives it in behind the net. Taken there by Craven. Craven over now to Courtnall. Courtnall's pass up in the air. Bounces down to Sandlack. Sandlack shoots from a sharp angle. Now it comes over to Merzen. Merzen throws it in deep, taken away by McSorley. Kings can't clear it out. Here is Curry. He can't clear. Held in by Craven again. Craven throws it behind the net to Sandlack. Sandlack's got Courtnall in front. Jim Sandlack with it. Now poked in front. Rudy sweeps it away. Here is Craven. Craven's shot deflected by Conacher. Puck comes around the left side to Merzen. Canucks with great pressure on here in the Kings zone. Here's Courtnall. Courtnall on the right side, checked by McSorley. Puck taken away by Conacher. He clears it up on a play. No score, 9:09 to go, second period.
A little punch right there from Courtnall. He took it at one punch at Mark Hardy. No doubt after the whistle. Knocked Hardy off balance. Not much of a punch, though, and I don't think we're going to get any penalties. Some more words. This time it's Jari Kurri. Now you have both teams in a line change. You can see how many players are on the ice. That used to develop into a kind of a bad situation. Doesn't happen very much anymore.
McSorley and Merzen. McSorley went over and bumped Merzen, and the referee, Terry Gregson, mentioned to him to move away, and now they're together again out of the blue line.
There's the play with Hardy. He takes a right hand from Jeff Courtnall. We haven't seen much of that in this series so far. We're only into game 3. There's McSorley doing his job. There's Dana Merzen going off. He's coming back with a few verbal jabs against McSorley. So the little guys, Courtnall and Hardy, they started all. Then the heavyweights, they become involved.
Well, you'll give him a piece of your mind at the end of this period when you interview him, won't you, Merzen?
You have a telephone book I can sit on or anything?
I thought you were going to interview him by telephone. Face off to the left of Kelly Rudy. We have no score in this game. 9:09 to go, second period. Ronning against Carson. Ronning wins the draw. Left point. Babic's shot knocked down by Taylor, who clears it out to center ice. Here's Gerald Diddick. Drives it off the boards back into the Kings zone. Zhitnik going for it. Merzen gets picked by Blake. Alex Zhitnik with it for the Kings. Momesso tried to get to him. Puck is batted to the blue line, but not out. Momesso to Ronning. Poked away by Zhitnik, and still not cleared. Held in again. Kelly Rudy behind the net. Gives it to Alex Zhitnik. Penalty coming up. Penalty coming up against Cliff Ronning of Vancouver. Interference. Kings will go on their 4th power play of the night.
Contact with a goaltender is not allowed, and that's what Cliff Ronning he's going off for interference is the call. He catches Kelly Rudy right between the numbers. Little hit from behind, not a big hit, but when it comes against a goaltender, you'll spend some time in the box. Kings on the power play.
And let's see what they do with it now. They're 0 for 3. They're 1 out of 14 in this series on the power play against Vancouver. Here's Corey Millen. He's got Granato. Granato left side. Granato in front. Shoots. Safe. Rebound. Donnelly couldn't jam it in. Into the corners. Picked up by Semenoff, and he clears it past McSorley. Now the Kings crashed the net that time, trying to get to that rebound. It was there for a moment, but Donnelly just couldn't get his stick on it. Here's Sador. He shoots it in. Puck comes around the right side toward Donnelly. Donnelly with it. Now to Granato. Granato hangs on. Vancouver zone to McSorley. McSorley shoots and just deflected wide. Comes over to Sador. Sador behind the net to Donnelly. Donnelly knocked it down. He gets checked hard, and a penalty against Vancouver's Babic. Pass in front. Shot by Sador. He scores! Sador with a power play goal. Another penalty was being called against Vancouver when the puck came to Sador on the left side, and the Kings lead 1-0.
Same strategy by the Kings on this shift, Bob. You mentioned it. Jam the net. Well, they went right to the net, and Daryl Sador jumps in. Now, Tony Granato, watch Granato. He sees the penalty is going to be called, so he says, put the puck and give it to the Canucks. He just wants more time with a 2-man advantage. Well, that rebound goes right to the stick of Daryl Sador, and he puts it up top. He beats Kirk McLean on the blocker side. That's the Old Spice first goal of the game. And the fans are standing here at the Great Western Forum. Rookie defenseman Daryl Sador puts the Kings in front.
Remember, Sador had his first goal 16 seconds into game 1 against Calgary. Babic is going to go to the penalty box for boarding, so the Kings have another power play.
There's no doubt in my mind that Tony Granato had no intention to really pass that puck. When you see you have an opportunity to gain a 2-man advantage, you want the opposition to touch the puck, stop the play, and get more time with a 2-man advantage. Well, the Kings benefited from a good bounce right there, but they did crash the net. The Kings started that power play with a different line. Granato, Donnelly, and Millen, and they had one thing in mind: go hard to the net.
This was a new rule this year. In past years, the penalty to the man in the box would have been wiped out. because of the goal, and so would the delayed penalty. This year, the man in the box comes out, but the man who is getting the delayed penalty has to go in when you're when you don't have anybody else in the penalty box, and that's what's happened here. So Babic is in the penalty box. The time of the goal was 12:24. Sador from Granado and Donnelly. Now the Kings with a chance to go up by 2. Here's Gretzky in front, shoots. Oh, looked like he hit the goalpost. Puck taken at the left point, held in by Blake. Now behind the net, Merzen checked by Gretzky. Merzen with it. Kings try to dig it out. They do. Gretzky left side to Blake and went off his skip. Up to Zhitnik. His shot deflected and taken by Linden. Here's Trevor Linden to center ice. Linden across the line, dropped it back, shot saved by Rudy, and the shot by Craven. Craven again with it. Now it comes along the boards and is picked up by Zhitnik. Up to center ice. Kings on the power play. Zhitnik across the line. Gretzky in front to Reichel. Shoots, saved by McLean on Warren Reichel's bid. Great save by McLean, but great puck movement by the Kings. 1 minute left to go in the power play. Kings with a 1-0 lead. Here's Tony Granado. Granado in the Kings zone. Gets knocked down and was checked by Bure. Granado was shaken up. Here's Gretzky with it. Granado still in pain out at center ice. Wayne Gretzky feeds it to the blue line. Broken up there, and the Kings are offside on the play. Tony Granado, he got a stick from Bure, and he's bent over in pain. 40 seconds to go in the King power play.
Seemed to be on the into the midsection. Perhaps Granado reaching out to protect himself. He turns back. And here it comes. Yeah, well, he gets him right in the midsection. You see Granado go down. Not necessarily a slash. No doubt Bure extended his arms on that last play. Granado now going to the Kings bench. He'll have a rest. Big save by Kirk McLean. Gretzky spots the man with speed coming from behind. Warren Reichel. Great positioning by McLean. He's on top of his game tonight. He's faced a lot of hard chances, but he's only allowed 1 goal.
Kings with a 1-0 lead on the goal by this man. Daryl Sador is second to the playoffs this year. Puck comes down toward Robitaille. Left wing, he shoots, and it's wide to the right. Rebound to McSorley. Kings on the power play for another 20 seconds. McSorley's pass. Taken along the boards by Robitaille. Back to McSorley. Now pass hard around the boards out of the reach of Curry. Picked up by Sador. Behind the net for Robitaille. Robitaille with it there. Robitaille in front to Carson. And just deflected and picked up by Vancouver and cleared by Lidster. Power play is over. Vancouver back at full strength. Long pass to Carson out of his reach. And Lidster touches up for the icing call against the Kings. 1-0 Kings. 5:31 to go. Second.
You'd have this whole building standing up. But the referees, they don't call it that much, and Bob and I have talked about it quite a bit this year. Maybe try to liberalize that rule just a little bit. Maybe we'll get to see the penalty shot a little more often.
Pat Conacher in the face-off against Ronning. This building rocking now. The Kings with a 1-0 lead. Here is Charlie Huddy's pass up to Dave Taylor. Taylor almost got stopped by Adams. Now Huddy gets hit hard. Spun around, he ran into Sandlak. Puck comes to the Vancouver line, and Babic flips it up out of play. 5:17 to go in the second period with the Kings up by 1. 16,005, the attendance here tonight. It'll be the Kings' 38th sellout, their 29th in a row. Here's Conacher in the Kings zone. He clears it up to center ice. Chased down by Corey Millen and Gerald Diddick. Millen checked by Diddick. Here's Taylor with it. Taylor for the Kings, Vancouver zone. Taylor checked by Ronning. Taylor still with it. Taylor tried to come into the slot, poked away, and cleared out to center ice. Right toward Kelly Rudy. He gives it to Charlie Huddy. Up to center ice to Taylor of the red line. He's got Corey Millen with him. Taylor gets checked, but Millen picks it up. Here's Millen. He had it poked away from him. He got it again. Up the middle to Zhitnik. Shoots. Blocked. And back come the Canucks. Diving at center with Sandlak, but he couldn't get it. Zhitnik drives it right back in. 4:30 to go in the second period. Kings ahead 1-0. Dana Merzen throwing it off on the right side. Now it bounces to Gretzky at center ice. He can't hang on. Cliff Ronning with it. Gretzky picked his pocket, took it away, flipped it back to the Vancouver line, broken up by Merzen. Now here's Trevor Linden. Linden to Ronning. Ronning throws it in deep in the Kings zone. Linden into the corner, in front of Courtnall, shoots, he scores! Jeff Courtnall. Trevor Linden made the play, as he got checked by Blake. Linden got to it, gave it to Jeff Courtnall, and the game is tied 1-1.
Linden did everything on that one. He's a power forward. He has to play physical, and he took the man, Rob Blake, off the puck, spun around quickly, and he spotted Jeff Courtnall in front. I'm sure Courtnall gave a little yell on this play. There's Linden. He's bearing down with Blake. Alex Zhitnik, the other Kings defenseman, follows right into the corner. The Kings caught that time with 2 defensemen in the corner. No one in front except Jeff Courtnall. He holds on just long enough and slides that underneath Kelly Rudy. 4:06 remaining here in the second period. Big goal. The Canucks tied up 1-1.
Courtnall with his third from Linden and Ronning at 15:54. So the game tied at 1. They not only had Courtnall in front, they had Ronning there too. The Kings really got caught on that one. Here's McSorley at center ice. His pass to Granato. Granato gets yanked down. Play continues. Now Granato gets up, can't get it. Millen over now to Donnelly. Donnelly's pass back in front, broken up, not cleared. McSorley, right point. Rides it around hard behind the net. Donnelly can't get to it. Here's Trevor Linden. He gets it up ahead to Craven. Craven across the line, dropped it to Courtnall. Jeff Courtnall, left side, checked there, tried to get it in behind the net to Craven. Craven's got Linden in front, tried to center it to him, taken away with the Kings. Corey Millen up ahead to center ice, but out of the reach of Granato. And getting knocked down was Courtnall. Puck is back in the Kings zone. Mark Hardy clears it to center. Here's Corey Millen going for it. His pass broken up by Lidster coming back. 1-1 the score. Here's Greg Adams. Adams down the middle, left side to Semenoff and out of his reach. Adams gets knocked down. Puck comes around the right side to Doug Lidster. Lidster tried to throw it in front, knocked down. Mark Hardy with it for the Kings. Hardy fanned on his clearing pass. He gets checked hard. Here's Pavel Bure. Bure walking in front, shoots, and a save by Kelly Rudy. Rudy pokes it into the corner. 2:45 to go, second period. Here's Greg Adams. Adams hanging on. Adams with it. He's got Bure in the slot. Adams turns, gives it to Semenoff. Semenoff, his shot, score! Semenoff from the right side past a screened Kelly Rudy, and Vancouver leads 2-1.
Low rotation works for the Canucks. That line works a lot of picks down low, and it gave Semenoff enough time to throw the puck back at the goal. And by the reaction of Kelly Rudy, he must have been screened. There's Adams. He's just picking Jari Kurri off the puck. Semenoff follows another pick, and he just decides to throw it towards the net. It fools Kelly Rudy. The Kings goaltender caught off guard. Perhaps the screen. It's the first goal of the playoffs for Semenoff. Works well with his line mates on that play. And the Canucks now lead 2-1.
Semenoff from Greg Adams and Bure. 17:26 the time of the goal. The puck is back behind the Vancouver net now. So Adams, with points in 9 straight, adds to his club playoff record for points, consecutive points in games with 9 now. Puck comes around to Dave Taylor. 2 minutes to go. We're in the second period. But Ronning took it away. Ronning drops it to Momesso. Momesso checked there. Now it comes back to Momesso. Top of the slot. His pass over to Babic. Babic shoots. Save Kelly Rudy. And he covers up. Kings are down 2-1 with 1:50 to go in the second period. Beware your King colors. These guys went a little further than we thought, but this was during the pregame warm-up. They were down there cheering on the Kings. There's some guys here that are stripped to the waist that have Canucks written on their chests. Face off to the right of Kelly Rudy. The Kings are down 2-1. The Canucks got 2 goals in 1:32 seconds. Here's Trevor Linden. Linden gets checked. Puck taken by Warren Reichel. Reichel up to center ice, pushed by Jeff Courtnall. Puck taken by Merzen. Head to Craven. Now over to Linden with 1:30 to go in the second period. Trevor Linden to Courtnall. Shoots. Saved by Rudy. Rebound in front, but taken by Robitaille. Here's Robitaille. He gets it to Blake. 3-on-3. Blake over on the right side. Here is Conacher. Conacher to Kurri. Kurri trying to get down the middle. Tipped away. Conacher holds it in. Throws it down into Robitaille. He let it go behind the net. Craven tips it in the corner. Taken there by Kurri. 1:09 to go, second period. Here is Lume checking Robitaille, and the play is whistled dead. Player fell down on top of the puck. 2-1 Vancouver leads here in the second period. Los Angeles Kings hockey is Sador gave the Kings a 1-0 lead, but Jeff Courtnall and Anatoly Semenov have put the Vancouver Canucks in the lead at 2-1. Semenov getting his first of the playoffs. Shot save made there by McLean after the Kings won the draw. Here's McSorley with less than a minute to go in the second period. Now Charlie Huddy. Huddy to Gretzky. Gretzky right side in front. Score! Warren Reichel ties the game. It came right in front to Warren Reichel. He gets his 5th of the playoffs with 50 seconds to go here in the second period. Take a look at it again. He'll come into the right of your screen. There, Reichel gets his stick on it to tip it in, and we're tied 2-2. Charlie Huddy gave it to Gretzky. Gretzky threw it off a skate. It went off the skate of Dirk, then came over to Reichel off of Sandstrom. So it's Reichel from Sandstrom and Gretzky at 19:09. Gretzky's pass hit Sandstrom and went right to Warren Reichel. Big goal by the Kings with less than a minute to go in the second period. Gretzky's 15th point of the playoffs. Puck cleared up on the left side to Gretzky with 37 seconds to go in the second period. Gretzky to McSorley. Here's McSorley. His pass comes through left side to Gretzky. He's got Reichel in front and couldn't get a good shot. Lidster got back to check Reichel. 25 seconds left to go. Reichel was banging his stick on the ice so that Gretzky knew he was in front of the net. He threw it there, but Lidster tipped it away. Icing call against the Vancouver Canucks. Warren Reichel. He had 6 goals in the regular season. He's got 5 in the playoffs. His teammates are calling him Connie for Conn Smythe. That's the trophy that goes to the most valuable player in the playoffs. Reichel, in only his 12th career playoff game, has 14 points. Doug Gilmour had 1 point tonight for Toronto on an assist in the game with St. Louis, so he and Gretzky are still tied for the playoff scoring lead with 15 points apiece. 18.5 seconds to go in the second period. Gretzky on the draw. Kings hold it in. Huddy throws it off the boards in the corner, and the Canucks try to clear, but they don't. Held in by Curry to Gretzky. 7 seconds left to go in the period. Here's Gerald Diddick. Diddick slaps it the length of the ice, on target, saved by Kelly Rudy, and that's the end of the second period. So the Kings get a lead, then fall behind, but tie it up on Reichel's late goal. The Canucks outshot the Kings 12-9 in the second period. At the end of 2, it's the Kings 2, the Vancouver Canucks 2. Coming up, Jim Kings have still outshot them for the game. Wide margin in scoring opportunities for the Kings, but Kirk McLean has been solid in goal for Vancouver tonight. Power play, the only one in the game. The King, Daryl Sador, getting it. And 10 minutes in penalties to Vancouver and 6 minutes to the Los Angeles Kings. I was saying to somebody between periods, looks about the only way you're going to score 5. Here's Cliff Ronning. He's getting ready to face off out at center ice. Third period just about ready to get underway, and it is underway. Kings control it, and Charlie Huddy flips it to the Vancouver line. 2-2 the score. Kings almost took it away. Dave Taylor throws a check. Puck comes out along the boards. Here's Ronning. You got to watch out for him. He's got a lot of moves. Ronning from center ice hangs on, and Momesso is offside on the right wing. Well, you youngsters have a chance to, once again this year, join the upper deck, telling them how thrilled they were to come to 2 of the Kings playoff games and sit right down there near the ice. Here's Wayne Gretzky now, sends it down in the Vancouver zone. Third period just underway. This playoff series tied at 1 win apiece. Puck taken by Jim Sandlak. He's been out with back spasms, but he's back in the lineup tonight. Here's Ronning. Ronning across the line, throws it into the corner. He had Momesso driving for the net. Now here's Momesso trying to pick it up, and it is fallen on by Thomas Sandstrom. Ronning, like a little shrub in between a couple of giant redwoods out there in Momesso and Jim Sandlak.
I credit Pat Quinn with going with Ronning, but I especially credit Pat Quinn with going with Jim Sandlak tonight. Sandlak's been effective just about every shift. You see him discussing the last play with Ronning. Sandlak in the lineup after he's suffering some back spasms, but he knew exactly what his job was going to be, and that's take the body. He's done it all night. It's opened up some room for Ronning.
Now the face-off in the Kings zone. Kings win the draw. Conacher again, this time to Rob Blake. Blake's got Sandstrom on the left wing. Drives it into the left wing corner. Sandstrom going for it there. He's taking out of the play, and here's Pavel Bure. Bure lost it in front of the net to Conacher. Bure's got 2 shots in the game tonight. Puck comes out toward the left point. Taken there by Zhitnik. Zhitnik's pass broken up by Gerald Didick. Didick's pass hops over the stick of Greg Adams at center ice, and now he drives it into the Kings zone. Comes around the boards out to the blue line. Yari Curry tips it out to center. Game tied 2-2. Sador and Reichel have scored for the Kings. Jeff Cordnall and Semenov have scored for Vancouver. Pass up the middle. Kings with it at the blue line. Here's Pat Conacher. Conacher sends it into the Vancouver zone. Kings want to get a change. They get Hardy and McSorley out defensively. Carson jumps on. Robitaille jumps on for the Kings. Puck taken by McSorley. His pass to the Vancouver line out of the reach of Robitaille and taken now by Robert Dirk. Here's Dirk's pass, taken by the Canucks, but held in by the Kings. Here is Robitaille. He shoots, deflected off a skate. Into the corner, Adams with it, can't clear. McSorley holds it in. McSorley into Carson. Carson check, lets it go to Robitaille. Now to Carson. Carson shot, deflected back to the right point. Held in by McSorley. His pass deflects over to Pavel Bure. Here's Bure to center ice. Bure lost the puck, tried to make a move on McSorley, lost it. Kings get it to Robitaille. Now ahead, here is Carson shooting wide to the left side. Jimmy Carson gets a lot on a shot off the wrong foot, and that time he whistled one wide of the goal post. Puck comes back behind the King net, centered out in front, but tipped to center ice. Donnelly chasing it down. Donnelly over to Millen, but taken away from behind by Murray Craven. Sador chasing it in deep in the King zone, chased by Trevor Linden. 2-2 the score, third period. Pass up to the red line, 2-line pass against the Kings.
2-2 tie here, 17:25 remaining. The Kings looking for a goal.
I thought Gretz had his 100th back in that first period. We showed it to you. A great skate save by Kirk McLean. 2-2 the score here. 17:25 to go in the third period, and off the draw the Kings win this face-off, and it is played along the boards to Tony Granato. He gives it back into Daryl Sador. Here's Sador, the rookie defenseman, giving it on the right wing side. Here across the line, drop back to Corey Millen. His high shot gloved by McLean, and he hangs on. So the face-off in the Vancouver zone.
Drop pass there by Corey Millen. Granato was there to pick it up. I think it was a smart play by Millen. You don't really like drop passes unless you're 100% sure. That last one, he just left the puck there. The puck wasn't going back towards the Kings' goal. So Granato was allowed to just spot that puck and skate right onto it.
Part of the sellout crowd here tonight. All the tickets sold. 38th sellout of the year and 29th straight. There are those youngsters I mentioned before with the Canucks written on their bare chests. Corey Millen will take the draw against Cliff Ronning. Sergio Momesso jumps in, and let's see if they're going to kick out Millen. Now Ronning facing off against Tony Granato. And on the draw, here's Gerald Didick, chased by Donnelly. Donnelly checks Didick. Sador at the left point holds it in front of Donnelly. And he had it knocked away by Didick. Back to center ice and at the King blue line. Here's Sador. He's back defensively with Charlie Huddy. Up to center ice. Millen got tied up, and the Canucks are offside at the King blue line. 2-2 the score. We'll be back in a moment. Of the Vancouver goaltender Kirk McLean here in the third period. Bob Miller along with Jim Fox. Wayne Gretzky ready on the draw. He's got Warren Reichel and Thomas Sandstrom with him, but the faceoff taken by Vancouver. Cleared to center ice and down into the King zone. It's going to be icing here as Blake goes back to touch it. Let's look at what's ahead in this playoff series between the Kings and the draw. in the Vancouver zone. 16:42 to go in the third, and Gretzky shot off the draw, and there was a save by McLean. Second time he's tried that in the playoffs. He tried it once in the Calgary series and got stopped. So the goaltender can't relax for a moment. And a face-off is in his own zone, and Gretzky's got that knack of shooting off the draw, but the Kings give it away. Here's Craven. He shoots. Save Kelly Rudy. Rebound to Sandstrom. He comes to center ice. Sandstrom at the red line, drives it in wide of the net. Rebound off the boards, taken by Babbage. Now pass to Trevor Linden. Linden's hard pass to center. Too hot to handle for Jeff Courtnall, and another icing call here. So we had a pretty good flow in the game the first two periods, and here, Jim, almost 4 minutes gone by and a lot of whistles.
A lot of the players really concentrating on their positioning, and they get in those passing lanes, makes it difficult. The Canucks have been called here with a couple of icings. You'll see more offsides too. A little bit of tentativeness from both teams. Thomas Sandstrom now on the bench. He went hard to the net on the last Kings goal there, along with Warren Reichel. That's part of his game, to mix things up, use his big size effectively, and along with that size, we've seen the great hands and speed from Thomas Sandstrom.
Sandstrom with points in 6 of his last 7 playoff games. He had an assist on the goal by Reichel that tied the game. Face off to the right of the goaltender McLean. Jari Kurri on the draw. Curry with Taylor and Robitaille, but Cliff Ronning with the puck. Ronning's pass up on the left side to big Sergio Momesso. He slaps it hard into the Kings zone. Rebound comes to the right side. Now along the boards, Ronning tried to hold it in. It is taken by Ronning, then taken away by Curry. Up to Taylor. Taylor at center ice. Here's Taylor, cut off, and he dropped it back to McSorley. He shoots it in. Back to get it is Ronning. 2-2 the score. Third period. Ronning's pass to Sandlak, taken away by Taylor. Up the middle, shot by Robitaille, and a save. Picked up by Taylor. Taylor again behind the net to Curry. Curry waits there in front. Batted back to Curry to the blue line to Zhidnik. Zhidnik, his shot in front, and score! Luke Robitaille! It just got inside the left goal post. Luke Robitaille gives the Kings a 3-2 lead.
We had an argument there from the Vancouver Canucks. They went right after the referee, Terry Gregson. We'll see another look. Dave Taylor, good forechecking, smart play along with Jari Kurri. This is the second good chance Robitaille gets. Here's the first one, misses the chance. Now it's going to go back to Zhidnik. Robitaille has been in front all night, and he hasn't given up on the play. Here's the deflection. It goes off the skate of Doug Lidster. So there's going to be no argument. That's going to come to life here for the Vancouver Canucks. Another look from behind. Look at Robitaille. He's going to find his positioning. Taylor right there, strong on the forecheck. Good bounce for the Kings, once on the stick, then off the skate.
Now up to center, here's Conacher. Conacher, left side, Vancouver zone. Tried to make a move around Merzen, but Dana Merzen took him out of the play. Now here's Pavel Bure. Bure tried to throw it in, broken up by Alex Zhidnik. He clears it to center. Canucks, Jyrki Lume drives it right back in. Robitaille with his third of the playoffs from Zhidnik and Curry at 4:41. Puck comes out to center ice. Now across the line, here is a pass up the middle of Bure. Pavel Bure shoots, blocked, rebound, up the middle to Lume. Demerzen with a shot wide, rebound into the corner, picked up by Zhidnik. Now going to be cleared to center ice. Kings with it. Here's Tony Granato, hooked and spun around by Adams, and no penalty. Puck comes back into the Kings zone. Here's Sador with it. Up to center ice. Donnelly, right side to Millen. Millen along the boards. He's got Granato in front. Millen with a wraparound. He gets checked and knocked down into the boards. Kings ahead 3-2. 14:05 to go. Third period. Jeff Courtnall at center. Courtnall across the line to Craven. Back to Bure. Bure can't handle it, and it's taken by Corey Millen. Here's Millen to the Vancouver line. Millen hangs on, still has it, throws it down in deep. It comes around the right side to Charlie Huddy. Huddy flips it back behind the net, taken away by Babbage. He lost it to Millen. Millen checked by Babbage along the boards. Vancouver zone. 13:38 to go, third period. Donnelly throws it around the right side, but the Canucks, Gerald Diddick with it, had it tipped away by Charlie Huddy. Somebody lost lost a stick. Puck comes out to the blue line and out to center ice. Pavel Bure with it there. Bure's pass into the King zone, broken up, and Jari Kurri has it. Here's Kurri, joined by Robitaille. Kurri left side driving. Kurri in front, score! Great goal by Jari Kurri. Driving for the net, and he put it upstairs. And the Kings lead 4-2.
Nothing was going to keep Jari Kurri from the front of the net. Look at him lean in. He knows he's going to take that hack. And Gerald Dinnick gave him a two-hander. But as soon as Jari Kurri picked up the puck, he had a beeline to the front of the goal. And a quick move. He comes back to the front, and very quickly, he doesn't stop the puck. Watch it. And that quickness, right there, little chip shot, it beats Kirk McLean. McLean just using his style to try to keep his body in front. But Kurri picks the corner. 97th career playoff goal for Kurri, and the Kings have a 2-goal lead.
Daryl Sador with the assist at 6:41. Puck driven out to center ice. Kings with a 2-goal lead. Reichel to Conacher. Conacher, Vancouver zone, but Lidster pokes it away. Puck cleared back to center. And McSorley's pass knocked down at center ice by Conacher to Taylor. Down the left side, Reichel. Reichel threw it up the middle, intercepted by Linden. Back to center ice they come. Across the line, Trevor Linden, right side. Dixon Ward with a shot and a save. Puck is in the corner. Who's going to go get it? Nobody for a while. Now Taylor comes over. He gets hit hard by Trevor Linden. Taylor gets knocked down. McSorley runs into Linden. Puck is centered to Merzen. Blocked and then grabbed by Reichel. And the whistle blows. Now we've got who? Dixon Ward and McSorley. Now this started when Reichel was going in and threw it back behind him up the middle. And Vancouver took it into the Kings zone. 4-2 Kings. Well, the Great Western Forum sellout crowd roaring as the Kings have a 4-2 lead. Here's Cliff Ronning on the draw, but the Kings have it. Alec Jidnick moves it to Robitaille. He gets checked there, and it comes back to the Vancouver line. Now at center ice. King Jidnick takes it away. He gives it around Blake. Blake's pass up the center. Chased down by Robitaille. He is knocked down. As getting back was Jyrki Lumme. Now Sandlak for Vancouver. 11:57 to go. Third period. Here's Ronning. Ronning for the Canucks. Over to Sandlak. Up the middle. Lumme. Save. Rebound. In front. Loose puck. Who's got it? Taken by the Canucks. Sandlak. In front. Broken up by Gretzky. Throws it back on the left side, and a hard check taken there by Jidnick, but he clears it all the way down to Vancouver zone. McLean behind the net. Now behind the play, we've got Momesso and Jidnick tied up. And we're going to get coincidental minor penalties here. I saw them hit, and it looked like they were going to break away with nothing happening.
It's a hard hit on Jidnick. Both players leaving their feet. Jidnick comes back, a little push behind Momesso. Rob Blake comes in. There's the penalty against Momesso. I think Jidnick picks up a call right here. There's Momesso to the box. So it was a clean check on Alec Jidnick, but he did not like Rob Blake coming across. So you do have a 2-minute penalty against Momesso and Jidnick. They both get 2 minutes each for roughing. Look at the Kings' last goal scorer, Jari Kurri. It was a pretty goal. But the number one factor in that goal is the determination of Jari Kurri. He came right off the bench, and you could tell, give me that puck. He screamed to Daryl Sador, and he took it all the way to the front. It turns into a pretty goal because he has those great hands, and he puts it up top. But he wanted it more than anyone else.
Now, of course, I've never tried this. You have. Tell me what goes through your mind when you see a goal like this.
Well, what goes through my mind is make sure a player like Jari Kurri has the puck. But I was, well, I don't know if I was amazed. I was happy to see Jari take the puck and keep it simple from the point of view of, let's just take it to the net here. Make someone stop me before I get to the front. He knew he was going to get slashed there, but he took that one, then put it home.
Jim, when he's getting knocked down like that, is he still aiming for that corner, or is he just trying to get it out of the net?
Well, I think it was a bang-bang play. It was more of a chip shot. I think you get a chance to feel where the goaltender's going, and you could see McLean moving across the same time Curry was.
Here's Didick. Taken away by Gretzky. He clears it out to center ice. 11:10 to go. We're in the third period. Kings with a 4-2 lead. The series is tied at 1 win apiece. Gretzky took it away at center ice. Gretzky with Sandstrom. 2-on-1. Gretzky to Sandstrom. Blocked by Didick. Score! Gretzky will get the goal. It went in off Gerald Didick. Gretzky will get the goal. It'll be the 100th of his playoff career. And the Kings lead 5-2.
The first goal here in the third period by Luc Robitaille has turned it around for the Kings. Gretzky tries the pass. There's a milestone for you. 100 career playoff goals. That leads the NHL in its history. Another look at it. The pickpocket, Wayne Gretzky. He just strips the puck off of Dave Babbage. Now watch the play. You know Gretzky likes to pass in this situation. He tries it. I think he's going to get his own rebound back. Watch the puck slide all the way through. Yeah, it's right back onto the stick of Wayne Gretzky. So Babbage with a big turnover. We've talked about that quite a bit. You can't turn the puck over against a team like the Kings. Good bounce here. Yeah, it's a good bounce for the Kings. It's right back onto the stick of Gretzky. But at the same time, if that pass makes it way through, all the way to Thomas Sandstrom, you have an empty net goal.
His 5th of the playoffs, unassisted at 9:03. I'll tell you, I didn't see to the rebound that he got his stick on it again before it went in. I thought it slid in off Didick, but coming by the net, Gretzky with the great hands just jammed it in. His 100th career playoff goal, and the Forum is rocking with a 3-goal lead for the Kings.
I know Gretzky uses an aluminum stick, Bob. It looked like he had a magnet right there. The puck came right back to him.
Kings with 4 unanswered goals after they trailed 2-1 at one point. Warren Reichel tied it late in the second period. Here in the third, Robitaille, Curry, and Gretzky with the goals. Trevor Linden behind the King net. Linden rolled it in front, poked into the corner by Kelly Rudy. Picked up now by Murray Craven. Craven battling with McSorley. Craven pass right through the slot. Lidster will hold it in. Lidster throws it into Linden. Linden checked in the corner by Hardy, and a penalty to Mark Hardy coming up. Cross-checking against Hardy. So the Canucks go on the power play, trailing by 3. 10:16 to go here in the third period.
Hardy's upset, Bob. We'll have to take a look at it. I think Mark feels he only had one hand on his stick. Now he gets both of them on right now. Now push from behind. Linden goes down. And Terry Gregson, the referee's right there. Just as the Kings take a 3-goal lead. The next penalty comes against the Kings. 9:44 the time of the call. And we've seen that play quite a bit this year, Bob. And I mentioned Hardy already had his stick against the player, then pushed off. And that's what, you know, kind of a doubtful call. So the Kings are forced to kill a penalty right here. It'll be a 4-on-3 skating situation. Zhitnik and Momesso already in the penalty box with 44 seconds remaining on their penalties.
The Kings with 4 unanswered goals in 9 minutes and 54 seconds to take a 5-2 lead, and it's cleared by Rob Blake. The Kings with only 3 skaters on the ice. Yari Curry, Blake, and Waters. 4-on-3 advantage for Vancouver. Here's Pavel Bure. Bure, left side, hangs on the power play, still has it, and a shot save made. Running gets a shot deflected wide. Here is Yari Curry. Curry had it taken away. Picked up now by Courtnall. He gets knocked down. Here's Bure out to the blue line. Bure moves it toward Ronning, but hangs on himself now. Bure, top of the slot, still with it. Gives it over to Ronning. Ronning to Bure. Kings get one man back. Ronning shot deflected up the middle. Ronning again. Knocked away. Picked up by the Kings, and Zhitnik up the center. Zhitnik checked by Momesso. Puck comes back behind the Vancouver net. The Kings now with Hardy in the penalty box for another 55 seconds. Right side, Jeff Courtnall driving, centers it, taken away by clears. 9 minutes to go, third period. Kings 5, Vancouver 2. Puck comes up to Ronning on the right side. Still on the power play for 36 seconds. It's flipped high in the air toward Greg Adams. Adams picked up by Huddy. Adams spins in the corner to the blue line to David Babbage. He shoots, he scores! Kelly Rudy was way down and the puck went up over him. A power play goal. It's now the Kings 5, Vancouver 3.
Dave Babbage, not known for his scoring, but that is second goal of this series. Take a look at it. Comes on the power play. Takes one step, then fires. Let's see if there's a deflection. Can't see it from that part, but it looks like it's a great shot. It picks the top corner. Maybe Dave Taylor coming out right there, or, well, it's tough to say again. You can see Rudy. He's down on his knees trying to spot the puck. The screen set up. Now it looks like all the way straight in for Dave Babbage. So he could feel the goaltender Rudy going down. Trevor Linden in front creating that screen. Second goal of the playoffs, second goal of this series. And the Canucks get back in this game.
Babbage with his second from Adams and Craven at 11:18. It comes on the power play. Vancouver's first power play goal of the game. 8:40 to go in the third period. Kings still have a 2-goal lead. Let's see if that goal turns the momentum in favor of Vancouver. Here's Pavel Bure. Bure right side, and offside called against Vancouver. 5-3 Kings. Third period. We'll be right back. For the Great Western Forum, Bob Miller along with Jim Fox. 8:28 to go in the third period of this playoff game. The Kings have a 5-3 lead. Both teams at full strength. Corey Millen facing off against Peter Nedved. Here is Robert Durkin. Drives it into the Kings zone and hit the side of the net. Sador digs it out. Sador checked by Momesso. Kings trying to clear it, and they do. Out across the blue line as Granado cleared it out. Now Huddy back in the Kings zone. He gets it up to the blue line, and Bure is offside. Offside called against Vancouver.
Get a break right.
91. We haven't hit 99 yet. Oh. You've got 99 because of that last goal burned into your brain, I think. 1991. We knew what you meant. Okay. Sandstrom drives it around. Reichel up ahead to Gretzky. Gretzky just throws it easily into the Vancouver zone. Now here's Reichel in front of Sandstrom. He scored! Oh, what a goal! Sandstrom falling down makes it 6-3 Kings. Warren Reichel threw it right in front of the net, and Sandstrom scores.
Little nifty bit of footwork there from Thomas Sandstrom. Talked about pretty goals from Jari Kurri. I don't know how pretty this one was. Watch Reichel passes. Now Sandstrom catches himself. Then he gets hit hard from behind. Dirt coming in. The pass comes across. I think Thomas Sandstrom was losing balance, but he stayed there long enough. He's on one foot. He's skating backwards. Good look at it right here. Look at him. He holds on. He actually jumps right off the ice. And he catches McLean coming across. Second chip shot goal for the Kings. They back out to a 3-goal lead.
Sandstrom's fourth. Reichel with the assist at 12-13. 12:23, the time of the goal as it comes up to center ice. Picked up. Now 12:13 is the time of the goal. I should know better than to doubt Dennis Mnuchin. Puck comes back down in deep in the Kings zone. Here in to get it now is Tim Waters. Kings back ahead by 3. 7 minutes to go, third period. Waters drives it hard around the boards. Robitaille tied up there. It rolls away from Granado. Here is Courtnall to center ice. Now ahead to Ronning. Ronning across the line to Courtnall. Over to Merzin. Saved by Rudy. Big stick save by Kelly Rudy. Ronning tried to hold it in. Huddy tied him up and kicked it out to center ice. Granado kicks it ahead. Look out, Tony. Get your head up. He's hit by Diddick. 6:37 to go. Third period. Canucks are going to get called for icing. Now Ronning knocks down Granado, and he's going to go to the penalty box. Now look out. Now Merzin comes over and looked like he hit Granado.
Ronning was skating over, said he wanted a piece of Tony Granado, so Tony said, well, I'll take a piece of you. Now we have a big mix-up in the center ice zone. Some big men out there for the Canucks. Linden, Merzen, Gerald Didick. And it was Didick who came in from behind and grabbed Granato. But the initial call will be against Cliff Ronning of the Canucks. Looks like he cross-checked Tony Granato down to the ice. I think Granato will get a penalty here too. But it should be the Canucks who are short-handed. Another look at Sandstrom's goal. The reason for the fancy footwork, a little stick work there by Kirk McLean, and he pays for it. Don't upset Thomas Sandstrom, especially in front of the net. Back the other way. Great fundamentals here by Kelly Rudy. Quick shot by Dana Merson. Follows the puck all the way. There's a rebound there by Rudy, but he kicks it far out of the way. No one can pick up on it. And Rudy having a little discussion there with Warren Reichel. Keep scoring goals. He's telling him, put the puck in the net and I'll stop him.
Reichel had the assist on Sandstrom's goal at 12-13. The only penalty on the board goes to the Canucks. Ronning, 2 minutes, so he's going to get 2 for cross-checking. Granato. Now Granato's penalty goes up. 2 for unsportsmanlike conduct.
2 minutes, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Gerald Didick? Oh, he's not. No, he's not on the board.
So, you know, this starts and yes, Granato retaliated, but so did, I thought it was Merzen, or was it Didick that came in?
I think it was for Didick.
And he gets nothing.
You could feel the play getting out of hand there for the Canucks. And Ronning was upset. A little bit of frustration showing through right there. I think that's the first time in the series that, you know, the plays got out of hand from that standpoint. But the Canucks want to open things up here. They've got to get back in the game. They want to change whatever the Kings are doing. We get even up calls right there, so it'll be 4-on-4 skating situation. A lot of open ice.
Wayne Gretzky with 2 points tonight, a goal and an assist, takes the scoring lead in the playoffs. Gretzky out to take the draw. Just outside the King blue line against Anatoly Semenov. It comes to Sandstrom. He can't hang on, and Semenov takes it away. 4-on-4 skating situation here with 6:20 to go, third period. Here is Didick across the line, but Semenov went across ahead of him, and an offside is called. Offside, Vancouver. Los Angeles Kings hockey is brought to you by Thirst. Here is Dave Babbage. Babbage for Vancouver to Anatoly Semenov. He gets it to Adams, left side. Adams in front, shoots, save, Kelly Rudy. Poked it away, Rudy's lost his stick. Rudy without a stick, the Canucks hold it in at the blue line. Now, here's Adams again, shoots wide as Rudy waved at it with his glove, and it comes out to center ice to Gretzky. Gretzky had it taken away by Didick. Rudy's got his stick again. Here's Semenov, and he lost it. Poked into the corner by Sandstrom. Still a 4-on-4 skating situation here for another minute 10. Puck comes up to center ice, taken there by Robert Dirk. Now ahead to Adams. He's got Semenov with him. Adams shoots, stick save by Kelly Rudy. 5.5 minutes to go, third period. Kings with a 6-3 lead. Puck comes up to center ice to Sandstrom, right in front of the King bench. He's hit hard by Semenov. And who's got the puck? Daryl Sador trying to get it. He got knocked down. Still a loose puck at center ice. Here's Lidster. 40 seconds to go with a coincidental minor penalty. Puck driven around the boards toward Courtnall. He didn't get it up to center ice. Here comes Jerry Curry. Curry across the line. Dropped it for Robitaille and is shot up high over the net. Luke got a lot of that, but he got it up high. Canucks clear it back to center ice. Under 5 minutes to go, third period. Here's Robitaille. He started the scoring for the Kings here in the third period with his third of the playoffs. And the puck hops up out of play at center ice. 4:49 to go in the third. Kings lead 6-3. Los Angeles Kings have won 4 of their last 5 playoff games. They're trying to take a 2-1 lead in this series. The next game here will be Sunday evening at 5 p.m. Mark that special starting time down. 5 p.m. Sunday evening, Kings and the Canucks in game 4. 8 seconds left in the coincidental minor penalties. It's still a 4-on-4 skating situation here. Pass up to center ice out of the reach of Courtnall. Broken up by Blake. Both teams are back at full strength. 4:28 to go, third period. Kings with a 6-3 lead. Shitnik knocks down Peter Nedved. Nedved gets up and has it again. Sends it across the line. Taken by Sandlack, and a glove save by Rudy. The Canucks got a good bounce there, and Sandlack snapped off a wrist shot that Kelly Rudy was ready for, and then tempers flare again. Granato involved in this once again.
Talked about fundamentals for Kelly Rudy on an earlier save. Same thing here. He always has that glove hand up and ready, and that saves him time. Looked like a dangerous play right there on the shot by Sandlack, but Kelly Rudy made it look easy. And right after that, Courtnall went right after Tony Granato. Rob Blake stepped in between. A few words of encouragement there from Kelly Rudy. I think he was telling Tony, settle down a little bit here. Make sure you don't take any unnecessary penalties. Try to keep that feeling of control out here in the third period. And so far, that's 2 great third periods in a row by the LA Kings. One up in Game 2 in Vancouver, and here tonight.
The game was tied 2-2 coming into the third. Then Robitaille, Curry, and Gretzky scored for the Kings for a 5-2 lead. Babbage then scored for Vancouver to make it 5-3. And then Sandstrom made it 6-3 Kings. That's where we stand right now. Here's Jyrki Lumme for Vancouver. Lume's pass up to center ice. Broken up there by Tim Waters. He sends it back across the Vancouver line. Here's Jyrki Lumme. Over now to Dana Merza. Up ahead to Ronning. Now Trevor Linden across the line. Got away from one check. Throws it in deep. Here's Waters ducking behind the net. Waters pass up on the boards to Carson and cleared by McSorley out to center ice. 3:37 to go, third period. Here's Jyrki Lumme. Now set up by Merzen out of the reach of Ronning. Played by Sador, and he clears it out to center ice. Babbage breaks it up there. Comes back into the King zone, and Daryl Sador back to get it. Here's Sador. Flips it easily into the Vancouver zone with 3:13 to go in the third period. 6-3 Kings lead. Pass to center. Off the stick of Dixon Ward. Cleared up to the center ice circle. Picked up on the right side now and flipped in by Tim Hunter. Here's Charlie Huddy behind the net. Under 3 minutes to go. Third period. Kings with a 3-goal lead. Warren Reichel. He gets stopped along the boards. Now a hard check throw in there. Pass in front. Save Kelly Rudy. Dixon Ward with that shot from the left side. And Rudy with the stop.
Kelly Rudy coming up big here in the third period when he has to. The Kings are in control, and he's making the solid saves. There's Luc Robitaille. I mentioned earlier scoring that first goal here in the third period. And it's important, I think, tonight, Bob, who scored that goal. I think Luke's teammates were really wanting him to get back on track. I mentioned it the other night. Well, we have another skirmish here, right in front of the Kings bench. Dirk in there, Lidster, Tim Hunter, some heavyweights for the Canucks, a couple of punches from the Kings bench. You got more players on the ice right here. It happened in a line change. Now you have Sandlack looking at Reichel. A little bit of dancing. They have some dancing music on here at the Great Western Forum. Looks like it's going to be broken up right here.
Warren Reichel standing toe-to-toe there, but Terry Gregson, the referee, and the linesman, Ray Scapinello and Swede Knox, trying to break things up. Kings have a 6-3 lead here with 2:44 to go. And don't forget, over on Sepulveda Boulevard near LAX.
Still have the players right in front of the Kings bench. The Canucks not moving at all. And the referee finally, Terry Gregson, gets in there and says, let's get back to the bench at least. No reason for the Canucks here to be standing around. Wayne Gretzky having a little rest on the bench, a little smile for his buddy. I think it's Jimmy Carson he's enjoying a story with there. And again, look at the Canucks. They have 7 or 8 players on the ice still, and they do not want to go back. Now, we couldn't see what happened in front of the Kings bench. Looking at how the Canucks are reacting here, perhaps something underhanded going on as one of the players went off for a change there. But Bob, I also think this is part of a game plan for the Canucks. Don't give up the game at any time, but if you're going to go down, let the other team know that you don't like it. It'll be different on Sunday night. If you're going to work hard for 60 minutes, you'll win, but it won't be an easy task beating the Canucks.
Well, it hasn't been an easy task tonight, and it's not been accomplished yet. The Kings with a 6-3 lead and 76. When they led Boston 2-1. Here is Robert Dirk with a shot, deflected along the boards on the right side. Cleared across the blue line. Lidster knocks it down. Now it comes to Charlie Huddy. Huddy to Robitaille. Robitaille shoots it into the Vancouver zone. 2:28 left to go, third period. Kings with a 3-goal lead. Canucks bring it up to center ice now. Here's Murray Craven. Craven hangs on, gives it to Lidster, and a save made by Kelly Rudy. Picked up by Courtnall. His pass in front, tipped away by Jari Kurri. Up to Luc Robitaille. Robitaille, Sandlak took a run at him. Robitaille got his stick up right in front of the referee. Gregson looked like a charge and maybe high sticking. Nothing was called. Puck sent all the way down into the King zone. Here's Blake giving it to Conacher. Up ahead to Donnelly on a breakaway. Two-line pass called against the Kings. Going back to that playoff series against Boston in the second round in 1976, the Kings got beat in the first game 4-0. But they won the second game on a Butch Goring overtime goal 3-2. Then came back to the Great Western Forum and beat the Bruins 6-4 to lead Boston 2-1 in that second round. That's the only other time in the 26 years of the Kings that they have had a 2-1 lead in the second round of the playoffs. They're a minute 51 away from accomplishing that here tonight. Now here is Hardy. Giving it to Blake, up to center ice. Donnelly was breaking. It's knocked down. Donnelly with it, drives it into the Vancouver zone. Kirk McLean, the goaltender, flips it into the corner. Comes around over to Conacher. He's checked by Dixon Ward. Jyrki Lume digs it out with a minute 30 to go, third period. Across the line, Peter Nedved, backhander saved by Rudy, and Blake takes Nedved hard into the boards. Blake stayed right with him and knocked him into the boards, and the Kings clear it back into the Vancouver zone. 1:15 to go, third period. 6-3 Kings. Momesso to center ice here. Dixon Ward to Momesso. His shot knocked down. Momesso scores. He put it up over Kelly Rudy. Sergio Momesso got a nice bounce right in the slot with a minute 4 to go in regulation. It's 6-4 Kings. Look at Momesso again. He gets a nice bounce here. It bounced up in the air off McSorley, right in the middle to Sergio Momesso, and he went over the glove shoulder of Kelly Rudy. Let's look at it again. Right there. So now the Canucks trying to get another quick one, then pull the goaltender and go for the tie. This isn't over yet. Here is Babbage. Babbage chased by Huddy. The net is wide open at the other end. The Kings clear the length of the ice. 45 seconds to go, third period. Picked up by Craven, and an icing call against the Kings. Momesso got his third goal of the playoffs from Dixon Ward and Peter Nedved. 18:56, the time of the goal. There's the goaltender, McLean. 43 seconds to go, third period. Kings with a 6-4 lead. Off the draw, Canucks, Trevor Linden, backhander, deflected wide. Behind the net is Ronnie. Check there, loose puck, who's got it? Trevor Linden, he gets checked. Here's Gretzky, clears it to center ice. 29 seconds to go, third period. 2-goal lead for the Kings. Pass up to center ice, comes all the way down the Kings zone. Kelly Rudy to Charlie Huddy. Huddy behind the net, he lost it into the corner. Here's Trevor Linden. Linden's pass in front, broken up by McSorley. Poked ahead in front of the King net. Loose puck. Charlie Huddy with it. Can't clear. Babbage seconds to go. Kings are going to win it. Here's Gretzky with an empty net. Gretzky shoots. He scores! Empty net goal for Wayne Gretzky. His 6th of the playoffs. 101st of his playoff career. And in 1 second, the Kings will have a 2-1 lead. 19:59, the time of the goal. Gretzky looked at the clock, knew he had time, shot and scored unassisted from center ice. So the Kings are going to win it 7-4. The game is over. The Kings with 33 shots, Vancouver with 37, but another big offensive night for the Los Angeles Kings. 7 goals. They've got 48 goals in the playoffs so far. The Kings have now won 5 of the last 6 playoff games. Kelly Rudy, the winning goaltender, he's 3-2 on the year and 29-38 in his playoff career. The player of the game, and what a great goal he had, also an assist tonight, Jari Kurri. It was Curry's goal at 6:41 of the 3rd period that gave the Kings a 4-2 lead. It was the 97th goal of his NHL career. Jim Fox ready to talk with Jari Kurri.
Thanks very much, Bob. Jari, outstanding performance by the Kings here coming back home. I want to ask you about your goal in the 3rd period. You just put your head down and drove to the net. What was on your mind there?
Well, I got a little break on the middle ice. You know, I thought that it kind of fell down a little bit. I get a little bit more open ice. I just thought, let's drive the net and see what happens. And I was lucky enough to get the shot away. It was a little tight check, and he was right behind me there too.
Wayne Gretzky has been mentioning that you have been playing your best hockey in a Los Angeles Kings uniform in this playoff series. What's turned it around? You had an outstanding season, both offensively and defensively, but you have seemed to pick it up here another level in the playoffs.
I think that just I get more responsiveness on the ice. You know, I get lots of more ice time than I did in the regular season. But playoffs the playoff. I always like to play the playoffs, and it's exciting hockey. And our team plays so well right now. It's so much fun for everybody.
Now, how difficult is it